Okay, according to the screen, it's happening. We'll see if it really happens or not. All systems go. It looks like.
Yeah, I see ya.
Oh man.
No pressure.
No pressure. We got this. Hello, listeners, internet viewers. It is us, Dragon's Greed Gaming. Thank you so much for joining us. If you are joining us live, if not, thank you for tuning in as always on the usual channels. You are joining us for episode 20 of our Colonial Marines Alien Frontier War campaign. Quick spoiler warning, I should say. If you are watching us live, you're going to be missing a few episodes because of the way that we record with our recording schedule. We're about 3 to 4 episodes not released yet. So if you've been keeping up with the campaign and you're wondering what the hell's going on, that's why. So you have been warned. But we decided it's time to start streaming live. There's no need to wait till the end of Alien, because that probably won't be for a little while longer, and I need to get some practice in here. So we're starting it here. We're about halfway through the campaign, but we got plenty more to go, plenty more for all of you to enjoy. So sit back, and we'll get to it. As always, check us out over on Facebook for all the latest news on the show, and swing over to Spreaker, where we host the podcast. iTunes and Apple Podcasts especially, leave us those reviews. And check us out over on YouTube if you haven't already, where we're posting everything in video content. And if you're a fan of the show, which you should be, check us out over on Patreon, where you can join one of our several tiers, get your access to some early access to our episodes every week. Check us out over with a weekly artwork or monthly artwork that Kyle does for us. And some other cool rewards. We actually did one of those today. We ran a game for some of our Patreon members, which if you're watching or hearing this, then or I guess listening to it, you have probably listened to the previous episode, which happens in our timeline just before this. So had a great crew from Europe, 2 guys from Sweden, another from South Africa, and another from Germany. So thank you so much, fellas. Red Duke, O'Dandrel, Knox, and Rob. It was an awesome game. And our players here will get to see what the NPCs were up to probably a little bit tonight, so that'll be cool. Anyway, I'm your host, the Great Unclean One. Enough of all that. Let's dive in. We'll do our round table as always. We'll hear from our players. We got the full crew back this week, and a lot to talk about. So we'll start it off with Scaarr, since he was not here last time. Welcome back.
Yeah, I was not there for a really dumb reason, but it's good to be back. I'm doing good. I watched Terrifier 3 yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. Great movie. They always do the hype with these every time when a Terrifier movie comes out, like, oh, audience members had to leave the theater because it was too disgusting. But it's normal Terrifier shit. Really good quality, bloody prosthetic work. But yeah, highly recommend it. I'm playing Private First Class Eoin O'Connell, who is now got his fatigues like kind of unbuttoned, so his chest is showing because he is an escort, apparently.
We'll get to that. Scaarr wasn't here last week to hear about that. You know, I actually haven't seen any of the Terrifier movies yet, which I know is a damn shame. I should, but
I'm with you on that.
I don't really get to see movies all that often, so I'll just tell you. But oh well. All right, we'll move it on down to Eric, who's on my screen. Sorry, listeners and viewers, if you see me looking to the side, that's where I've got my stream set up, so I can kind of watch and creep on everybody. So, Eric, tell us how you are. What's going on?
Good. I went over to the Warhammer Citadel today in Grapevine, Texas. So that's kind of cool.
Must be nice.
Yeah. It's okay. It's not my favorite store, but...
How does it compare to the bunker of old?
Oh, it's so much worse.
Really?
Oh no.
So much worse. Yeah.
I was led to believe
I've only been to the Chicago bunker twice, I want to say, but the bunker was huge. So
Yeah.
many tables, like such an awesome atmosphere. These are small compared to that.
Oh, really? I kind of,
Oh
I
yeah.
kind of was led to believe that the Citadel was like the new bunker.
I mean, compared to current one-man stores, but
It's like the old 4-man stores now, just back to normal.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that
Damn.
sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it's maybe 2 or 3 times the size that Journey used to be. No, it's got to be bigger than that.
But still,
But
okay,
it's kind of rough, yeah, because like there's like no parking either, so you gotta like if you're gonna go play there, you have to like find street parking somewhere and then carry all your stuff over. Kind of
Oh, yeah.
at least in Grapevine. I don't know how LA or the other ones are.
We'll have to send Bunnilla here on a excursion to find out for us.
Oh,
Oh
definitely.
yeah. Scaarr, have you been to Grapevine? Did you check out the Citadel? I'm assuming no.
I guess not.
All right.
Are you talking to me? What?
You're the only
I was
one
doing
named
this
Scaarr
very
around here.
I didn't hear my name.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
I
I
did
didn't
not.
hear that
It
name
was
either.
not.
Yeah.
I
You've never
didn't
been
hear
out
my
there?
name at all. I didn't go into Dallas, so no. I
Oh,
passed. I barely even grazed Fort Worth. I was out in the boons.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so yeah, I picked up command sprue for my 30k stuff that I'm gonna put together. We'll see.
Excellent. Okay.
But yeah, tonight I'll be playing Corporal Mike Tagar. I think we did a lot of like downtime stuff last week.
We did. Yeah.
Trying
A lot going
to
on.
get our bearings after the last mission. See what happens next.
A lot of inter squad drama, which is really one of my favorite sessions thus far. So, oh, also I have a few shout outs. First off, shout out to Scaarr. Scaarr, fucking, he came through, man. Couple 2-3 weeks ago, Scaarr asked me for my address. I was hoping he wasn't going to send me an explosive
bomb.
device, yeah, or something like that,
Bomb.
or a box with a beehive in it, or hornet's nest. So finally, this package shows up on Sunday night, and I open it up, and the first thing I see is the Dr. Pepper Museum logo. I was like, oh, no way. And inside, I got to dig through sticky bubble wrap, which is pretty cool. And I see there's 2 cans of Dr. Pepper, which are zip-locked. They're not exploded. I'm like, why is it so sticky? So I'm looking for an exploded can. I don't find one, right? But I do find a T-shirt. Dr. Pepper jelly beans, which if you haven't had the jelly beans from Jelly Belly, I mean, all their jelly beans are fantastic, but the Dr. Pepper ones, exceptional. Dr. Pepper cotton candy, which I have had before. It's pretty good. And Dr. Pepper Mr. Stubbs barbecue sauce, which I also have had before and unfortunately is not good.
Yeah, does not sound good.
There's another one that it's like Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce. It's in a very basic bottle. That stuff is good. But the Mr. Stubbs, it tastes carbonated. It's really weird to describe. It's not a good taste. But I've got the T-shirt on right now, Scaarr. Dr. Pepper Japan.
Nice.
I don't know why it says Japan, but I love it nonetheless. And it will have a place with all my other Dr. Pepper T-shirts. So thank you. That was very kind of you.
Yeah, in the Texas heat, as this box sat in my car waiting to be shipped out, 2 rare flavored Dr. Pepper cans exploded. And I didn't have any more packing stuff to give, so he got stuck with a sticky bubble wrap.
So on the nice side, he sends me all this shit from Dr. Pepperland, but on the shitty side, the box looks like it went through a war zone, and he couldn't even get me a new box. So, oh, it's classic, man. I loved it. I'm gonna drink that Coconut Zero tonight. We're gonna see how that fares up. So,
Oh yeah.
not a fan of zero sodas, but Dr. Pepper is one of the better ones, obviously. So, also, a shout out to a new friend of ours over on the Facebook and the YouTubes. Fergus is his first name. He sent me a message a couple days ago. Said, "Hey, just finishing off the Gallows Geist campaign, and I love it. So much so, I've started playing Warhammer Fantasy again after 15 years, but this time as a GM."
Nice.
And then he asked me to get some of my notes, which you're not the first one, Fergus, so no worries there. And then he said, "I managed to smash out 70 episodes in 2 months." So, rest of the internet, step up your game and be like Fergus, because that's a fucking true fan right there. So, Fergus, I got your notes coming your way. I sent them to you, but I guess the link's not working. So if you're listening or watching, we'll get it to you soon. But thank you so much. Very kind words. Really appreciate it. And hey, man, if we inspire a few people to get back into gaming, then I think we're doing one of the things we set out to do here. So keep at it, man. Maybe we can game together someday. And last shout out to Sean. For once again earning his moniker, Mr. Reliable. When I was hanging out with Matt and Will playing some Space Marine just before we started tonight, he asked who Sean was because he's never met you, and he thought this is Sean with Sean and Craig. I'm like, no, this is Sean, Max's friend, who I stole because I'm a better friend than Max. And then Matt went on to say, yeah, Sean's like one of the most reliable people like in our group now. Because he consistently shows up and plays everything. And Will goes, "So you mean the opposite of Zach?" And I was like, yeah, pretty much. So,
Jeez.
So that was good. So shout out to you, Sean, for me being Mr. Reliable. I'm not the only one. It's true. And Zach, if you happen to hear this, you know we love you. But you are aware that your track record is not great when it comes to hanging out. So just telling it like it lies. Anyway, Sean, who are you, and who are you playing?
I'm Sean, and I'm playing Private Alexander Cruz, who recently recovered from having his teeth bashed out by a flamethrower. So,
I think it was actually the bomb that went off.
Oh, it was the firebomb. Yeah. Still, so flames were somehow involved in bashing it.
Makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, with the explosion. Yeah,
Just shrapnel into your mouth.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah,
we've actually got a little chat here. Free gum? Is that how we say that? Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it, man. Continue.
Yeah. And then this week I got to play in Eat the Reich, which was really cool.
Yeah,
That sounded cool.
We'll have that on the channel. We're going to try to have that out by Halloween. Aaron's got a lot of editing to do, as we all do right now. A lot going on. Yeah. But, some Eat the Reich. So if you want to watch vampires get coffin dropped into Nazi Germany and try to kill Hitler and drink his blood, hey, we got the game for you, man.
Nazi-occupied Paris.
Oh.
But you still drink all of Hitler's blood.
What's Hitler doing in Paris?
Controlling Paris and just being an evil dictator.
Oh. Didn't he do that from Berlin most of the time?
Maybe.
He got around.
That's true. He did.
They're vampires. They're,
You don't control all of Europe without getting around a little bit, right?
Right.
Cool. Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I wish I could have played, but a little too busy. So.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Adam, a.k.a. Bunnilla, all the way from the sinking land of L.A. and 4-hour traffic. How are you?
Oh, Freegum is Fergus. You just mentioned Fergus. That
Holy
is
shit.
him.
Look at that.
There you go.
You just missed the shout out, maybe, for Fergus. If not, just listen to the recording in 4 weeks when it's out, and then go back 5 minutes.
But I'm Adam. I'll be playing our, the sergeant of the group. He's, I would say, from the last couple sessions, he's got a new buddy and enemy now. New buddy is actually Tagar, for kind of actually taking a little heart to heart to be like, hey, if there's something going on, just let me know. So I'm excited with that.
Wow.
And then he's got a new enemy who he didn't think would be one, but Cruz, for being a little backstabbing son of a gun and taking my copy. But
oh yeah. Yeah. So we'll fill you in on all that, Scaarr. Cool.
Just gonna say I did save your fucking life, Sergeant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I still don't know who to make my rival. I mean, I love all you guys.
You're gonna have to pick, all right? So we'll get to that in just a minute here. So anyway, I'm your host, the Great Unclean One. I will be your game mother tonight, and still playing Space Marine. Almost finished with the Silent Hill 2 remake, and I think I can say, without question, Bloober team pulled it off. They stuck the landing, and all you haters out there that doubted, you were wrong. So fucking rethink your life, go play the game and enjoy it, because it's awesome. The voice acting is top-notch. The game looks incredible. I will say, it does feel slightly dated. Silent Hill 2 did not have the biggest roster of enemies, so I can see if you find that a little boring. That is a fair critique. But as far as remakes go, it is super faithful. They've added stuff without changing the game, and they've added more flavors to an already excellent dish. So, good on them. Konami, it's about fucking time you got your shit together. Now don't fuck it up, okay? So, anywho, let's dive in here. Oh, and we're doing game day tomorrow. Sean and Matt are coming over so we can do some hobbying and get our Blood Bowl teams ready for Will's tournament. That'll be fun. Got those Chaos Dwarves, baby. $50 for a single star player.
Ugh.
Highway robbery. It's insane.
Yeah.
I know, that's why I haven't bought in the new Lisman ones.
That's why I don't buy anything new from Games Workshop, man. I mean, not to mention I got a ton of shit sitting in the back, but still.
Yeah.
That's too much.
$50.
Been rough.
All right. So, let us dive in here. Alas, we left, and this is for everyone's benefit, but obviously for Scaarr here. So, alas, we left. You guys had finished up your last mission, which was called the Last Outpost. You had been sent to a Weyland-Yutani satellite network hub to recover a transmission that had apparently been accidentally intercepted by the station. It was a transmission meant for United America Allied Command, and you were ordered to get it back. Lieutenant Casados made it very clear this is a civilian institution, so they did not, or installation, so they did not want any property damage, because if a network hub goes down, that could disable communications for several parsecs in every direction. And also because they're civilians, and she figured you guys could just go in, flash your guns, maybe get a little intimidating if you needed to, and you'd get what you needed. And this was now Corporal Tagar's first mission as squad leader after the shenanigans of last time. So, you guys got to this moon, and you went down to Denali Station. You requested to get landing access. They said you weren't on the schedule. They gave you a little bit of back and forth, but eventually they said, okay, you can land. You explained the situation. You tried to be diplomatic, met with the head of security, who was like, okay, let me get the corporate administrator, a man by the name of Kirk Sebastian, who gave you the typical wall of corporate BS, you know, telling you, oh, you don't have clearance, you're not on the schedule, we're too busy for this. And eventually he tried Tagar's patience, and Tagar was like, you're going to let us where we need to go, get the fuck out of our way. So the negotiations ceased and became more of a demand. You were then brought to the comm center of the station, where you met with the head communications officer. And she kind of explained a little bit about what the station does and, you know, what you guys are up to. And eventually started questioning some of the workers there. You questioned two individuals, young black man by the name of Franklin, and kind of a weedy-looking white guy whose name escapes me. But it probably doesn't matter, because unfortunately they both died shortly after. But when you interviewed them, Cruz in particular could tell that these guys were probably hiding something. And Franklin quickly spilled the beans, explaining that he did, in fact, intercept the transmission. They both claimed they didn't look at it. You really didn't have a way to confirm that or not. You were told if anybody did have their hands on this message to bring them into custody. When you attempted to do this, a lot of the other comms workers got very upset, started getting in your face, causing a bit of a scene. And then the head security officer got pulled away back to the security checkpoint. He said, I've got a situation to deal with. Shortly after, the station was rocked by explosions, and all sorts of hell broke loose. While this was going on, Schmidt, unbeknownst to everybody else, made a copy of the transmission. You guys then got the transmission off of their servers. You deleted any presence of it on their servers, you're pretty sure, and you took Franklin and Harms, that was it, Harms, into custody. You then, Tagar ordered you guys, let's get back to the ship. You rushed back to the security checkpoint, where it was very clear that somebody had attacked the station and was now moving through the halls, opening fire on innocent civilians. You tried to get through the checkpoint, which was currently locked. Meanwhile, Weaver and Herschel, who were still back on your dropship, explained that someone had blown up the roof to the hangar bay, exposing it to the outside atmosphere, and were landing and now trying to get into your dropship. As this was going on, a group of, I believe it was 6 or 7 commandos in black and white armor emerged and opened fire on you guys, lighting the place up with nerve gas and then with fire bombs and flamethrowers. And it was going bad, except for the godlike hero that is Corporal Tagar, who not only tanked every point of damage that came his way, but one-shot one of these guys from full health with his pistol like a goddamn war hero. Unfortunately, O'Connell was down to like 1 health. Schmidt was down to 1 health, went back up to 3, and then back down to 1. And Cruz got knocked down, unconscious, and lost some teeth as the fires raged. And eventually, the commander of this commando group made his presence known, told you guys he had Weaver and Herschel, and demanded the data. You guys met face to face. He had another 6 commandos with him. You were, at this point, outnumbered like 10-4, 11-4, something like that. And with Weaver and Herschel in their custody, Tagar made the decision to hand over the data. Demanded some answers from this guy, but all he gave you was, "We know everything," and then cryptically left after shooting Franklin in the head. Harms had died in the explosion of the firebombs and was deceased, and they left just like that, taking their dead and their gear with them. It was at this point that the discussion about the copy, which Cruz had noticed Schmidt had made earlier, right before the attack happened, became more of an argument, and he revealed that he did in fact have a copy of the data, and the commandos didn't realize that. He went back up to the Tamb'itam. There was a little back and forth between Tagar and Schmidt, which Weaver overheard that conversation. Schmidt then confronted Weaver about that when you guys got back to the ship, and she refused to back down and basically told Schmidt to go fuck off. And then you had your debriefing with Lieutenant Casados, who appeared to be shocked that you guys were attacked, had no idea who these commandos were, and was very upset that a copy of the data had been made, and that you guys had let it go. You also had discovered at some point that transmission had been sent to one other person from the station, but you really don't know when or where. But you do know that it was sent out to at least one other recipient. So the mission was a bit of a failure, a bit of a bust. The crew then spent time with downtime. The Tamb'itam had returned to the Mount Tithonius base, where the campaign first started. And it was here, I'll bring you guys over to this map. Was here the Tamb'itam was set to rearm and refit. You guys had about a week's or so downtime and leave on the station here, on the base, to get some rest and relaxation. And a couple things happened that were of note. We did our downtime events, along with just a lot of good roleplay, really. Schmidt got a little sick from a sickness that was going around. Nothing major, but I believe you're at -1 strength for the next mission.
Yep.
So that sucks. Cruz joined in on some shenanigans with a few of the other members of the platoon. in particular Boomhauser, Yazi, and Halifax, all from second section. And they were doing a bunch of dares to mess with the LT. And, then you notice that Halifax was there, and the mood turned sour, as it often does with her. And she dared you to steal something rather than just fuck up something and move something around. You then offered to fight her, to get whatever aggression she has out on you and be done with it. And she said, okay, you're on. And now there's a boxing match scheduled for later in the week. Cruz versus Halifax.
Sorry, Boomhauser? He said was one.
Boomhauser's his nickname. That's Capsule. He's the big Dave Bautista, Sylvester Stallone looking guy. He's the smart gunner of the group. His nickname is Boomhauser.
Dave Bautista and Sylvester. So that sounds terrifying.
Yeah, didn't I show you his art?
Probably.
It probably a couple months ago.
Well,
Yeah.
It's always worth refreshing the group just to keep the faces, so when one of them tragically dies, it'll hit home a little bit more.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Maybe even a little John Cena in there.
maybe.
I can't see it. Yeah, I don't know.
What do you mean you can't see him? Oh, I get it. Ha 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 ha. Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
You got me. Okay.
It took me a sec.
O'Connell discovered, or is about to discover, that he has been put on VIP tour guide duty for a comedian that is going to be visiting the base to perform for the troops. Some of you think this is like a punishment, because who the fuck would want to do that? But some of you who've heard of this comedian thinks it's the perfect job for O'Connell, because this guy does occasionally put puns and dad jokes in his routine. So,
Oh yeah, I got some new ammo for you guys.
what else? Weaver was very pissed off at what had happened during this last mission. She even mouthed off to the LT during the debriefing, demanding to know why it seems your missions always go to hell and you guys don't have proper intel. She then was approached by Tagar while she was... she's been training nonstop. It seems like she's not even sleeping at this point. And she had a real heart-to-heart with Tagar, saying, look, you're in charge now. Your responsibility is to keep us alive, and you need to get some more info. You know, you're in with the lieutenant a little bit. Find out what the fuck is going on here, because it can't be a coincidence that 4 missions in a row, shit happens that nobody seems to know about, or we're the last ones to know about. So Weaver is convinced that either someone in command is fucking you guys over, the LT is fucking you over, or whoever's giving the UA their intel is fucking you guys over. Tagar said he would try to get to the bottom of things. I think that's mostly it. Anything else in particular that I'm missing? Oh, Cruz.
I mean, we had some character intrigue happen, or
yeah. So a couple of things. Cruz, you were hanging out with Rakesh from second section. All of you had heard about their last mission they went on. So it turns out second section recently was deployed to the wreck. You can see it on the map here. The wreck of the Nanshan, which is another Conestoga class starship, which was part of the 61 Cygni task force that was sent out from Ariarchus at the start of the Frontier War to counter what Command believed was the impending attack from the fleet that had captured the 61 Cygni system. That fleet was never heard of again, and then this ship appeared. Second section has explained to you guys through various conversations and rumors and scuttlebutt that they went onto the ship. It was completely dead in the water, had a huge hole in the side covered with black something, and when they got on board, they eventually got access to the mother system, and they discovered that the UA fleet made it to the 61 Cygni system, was ambushed by part of the UP fleet, because the other half, as we know, attacked Ariarchus. While these two fleets were fighting, an unidentified third party entered the orbital fight, detonated an EMP that disabled both fleets and then severely damaged the Nanshan. Mother's not sure what happened, but eventually some Marines, including Sin Eaters, members of the Sin Eaters unit, had gotten the ship up and running again, and at that point Mother detected all sorts of hostiles on the ship. And it seems to match sort of what you guys encountered in Sondersatch Mine in the first mission, where people were mutating into horrible monstrosities. They also explained they encountered 2 alien creatures, tall, lanky, gangly, white, very pale, translucent-skinned monsters with very smooth, featureless faces, elongated heads, and a mouth kind of like a goblin shark. Well, they did manage to kill these 2 things, but not before Rakesh lost an arm to one of their tails, chopping it off at the elbow. There was rumors, or they talked about black goo and black spores and black fungus, which you guys think you've encountered as well. And there's a whole lot of questions as to what the fuck happened. They did manage to recover the flight recorder data before the Nanshan was pulled into the gravity well of a nearby gas giant and presumed finally destroyed. Now, you guys have had a chance to do some of your downtime. We're still kind of in the middle of this. We got a few things to finish up. There is some other stuff that Carvalho has been talking with O'Connell, but that's going to be separate, which I actually going to do that it's at the beginning of the other recording here, Scaarr. So, but one of our NPC players has been doing some things in the back. I'll give you the results of what happened with that later, Scaarr, because I do have that somewhere in my notes. Yeah, I think that's everything. I know it's kind of a long-winded recap, but we had a lot to talk about. So, anything else that I missed?
Cruz set up like a bowling tournament for first section.
That's right. You're trying to get everybody to bond and stop being angry with each other. So there's going to be a bowling
our ship
tournament.
pushed in, so we're going to have like a nice little friendly bowling tournament.
And my dad died.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah. You got bad news from home. It's just, man. It's rough. Yeah, we found out that Tagar's father, who we learned at the beginning of the campaign was going to be having some, what was supposed to be routine surgery, turned out to be fatal. And he died of a blood clot during the surgery, according to the message you got from your brother. So, all is not well. It has been rough for everybody. And one thing to note, Scaarr, everybody was pulled into a individual debriefing with Casados, except O'Connell, after that mission. I don't know if anyone has revealed what happened in their private briefings.
Oh, I mean, I think everyone except for Scaarr knows what happened with mine slightly.
Yeah, there were some dice rolled. Some mobility tests may have happened. Yeah.
Did you get a Never mind.
I don't know. What Schmidt would have said. So that's where we're going to pick up. You've got a few days left of leave. The comedian is supposed to be showing up today, and he's going to do his show tonight. And then you will be done with leave and head out onto whatever horrible missions await you in the dark of space. So with that, we can start our scene. I'll get some other music here. And
what episode is this of our Colonial Marine campaign?
Episode 20.
20.
And episodes 14 and 15 just dropped on Friday, which was yesterday.
Is it 20 already?
So,
Damn.
basically all that you're missing is the last mission you guys did, which I just recapped, and the mission that second section was on the ship, which that was a one-shot. So, but they will be out soon. Okay, with that in mind, let us begin. So, is there anything anybody wants to do before I move on with what we have going on here?
Nope.
Scaarr, any questions about anything that's going on?
I mean, if I'm the only one, and I know I'm the only one that didn't get pulled into a private conversation, He's gonna talk to somebody.
Oh yeah, you know.
And
I mean, we just
It
know you can't
probably-
be trusted.
it probably would be Schmidt. It probably would be Schmidt that I'd go up to.
Okay. You find him, no problem.
So but I know it was Casados that pulled everybody in.
Just
right?
like in your previous missions, you're assuming, like before, to yell and or discipline everybody, but you were not called in.
So, hey Saj, how you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. How about you?
I'm all right, but something's kind of eating at me. Maybe you can help me with. Couldn't help but notice, but LT pulled everybody in the squad, except me. Seems it kind of makes me a little edgy, I guess. Especially since the last time I talked to her, it wasn't, something I should know, or,
I have no idea, but I would almost count that as a blessing. Maybe you didn't do anything wrong this mission, unlike the rest of us.
What you say? So everybody got a disciplinary hearing with LT, or?
I know I for sure did. Almost caught a hand.
Oh shit. Well, I guess you put your guard up pretty quick then, huh?
Oh yeah, I made sure they knew where I stood. Ain't gonna back down from what I need to get done. Find out what I need to get, found out with all this bullshit we're dealing with.
Well, I have been meaning to talk to you since all this shit went down. What happened on that UPP ship was pretty fucked up, man.
Oh, 100%.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I just had one of those moments of, if I ain't gonna be able to get the rest of these UPP scum, I'm at least taking this one out with my bare hands.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for killing UPP, but you gotta admit that was pretty fucked, man.
Yeah. I guess you could just say I'm just more stressed out with our uppers right now, and I kind of took it out on this poor bastard.
That makes a lot of sense. There's been a lot of weird things going on. A lot of shit's been kind of piled our way, and it seems funny.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like it's not just random coincidence. Back.
If you ever see anything or hear anything, that you feel like you would be uncomfortable normally talking to another soldier about the Corps, you can talk to me.
Got it. I would just say, I try to get some of that information from our last mission, just secret, just to, kind of figure out what we're actually doing here. But didn't quite like Cruz stepping in and taking my shit out of my hand.
What, Cruz took something from you?
Yeah, he took the copy, and luckily I had my other copy with us. I didn't get to read it, but
Yeah, so I did kind of skip how that happened. So as the squad was leaving, because this was the week you weren't there, we finished the mission. As the squad was leaving, Cruz noticed Schmidt was fucking with his PDAT, and he realized that Schmidt had made a copy of the data. And he started questioning him about it, and he grabbed the PDAT out of his hand, he gave it to Tagar, and then the commando squad broke in and attacked you guys.
Oh, that's right.
And then
I remember
they took the original PDAT, but the backup data Schmidt hid, and they never took that. So, and I did ask and gave everyone the chance on the dropship back, but nobody read the message, so nobody knows what was in that.
I definitely would have if I had it on me.
We know.
You could have attacked him there in the dropship in the middle of space. With
the door open.
Yeah, with the back cargo door open.
You'll know better than to attack me.
Yeah.
If 6 commandos couldn't hurt
It's true.
Tagar,
It's true.
I don't think a 1 HP Schmidt was really going to pull his weight here.
Definitely
Get
not.
knocked out
Yeah.
and flown out the back of the ship.
Tagar's like, you may not like me, but you will respect me.
he proved it, man. Everybody else is taking cover, and he's just literally standing in the open with a pistol. Like,
He's
what
blocking
a
the
badass.
doorway.
What a badass. So,
Does that mean we can use Tagar as cover?
if he's got his shield up, yes.
Oh,
Technically,
sick.
you can, yes. I mean, it takes him an
Just
action
want
to set it
him
up.
at
so.
some point to carry me away in the fetal position while there's like explosions behind Tagar.
Exactly.
You're muted.
This is Locktar all over again. I just wanted to be the sneaky guy in the shadows.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because one of the guys that was in the game today was like, dude, the war boss is back.
Great.
But yeah, well, okay, well, you don't know what the others were pulled in for or anything? I mean, I could go talk to Cruz, or I don't know if Tagar
I have
talk to me
no
with-
idea. But all I know is they didn't like what I had to say. Let's just say I got thrown up against the wall and dodged the punch. So
All right.
he's lucky I didn't throw some hands.
Well, maybe you should enter in that boxing competition that's coming up.
Well, you know, if it comes down to that, it'll be me boxing Cruz because I'm gonna fucking whoop his ass after what he did.
Okay, well, he's who I was going to go talk to next. I can relay that if you want. He kind of gives you a joking jab.
Oh, trust me, he's gonna be training with me all this week, so he's gonna get it.
Oh, that's right. He asked you to teach him a talent, didn't he? Oh, boy.
Yep.
I went up to him and was like, hey, clear the air, wash all this animosity away. And apparently that's not what he has in mind.
I can't tell if Schmidt is the sleeper agent or mentally unstable or bipolar. I don't know what's going on here, and I love it.
Maybe he's on roids and he's just, a little bit more
I
agitated.
I have to admit, Adam, you're the best almost murder hobo player I've ever had in a campaign that didn't go full tilt. And I mean I mean that in the nicest way, because most, especially new players in RPGs, they're just like, where do I shoot the bad guy? And it's just stupid.
Yeah, you're towing the line very well.
And I think it's just because Cruz has not asked who has these talents.
Oh, real quick, I'm assuming this is you, Sean. King Shrek, Sean.
Oh, yeah, that's
on
me.
Twitch. Freegum just gifted you a subscription.
Oh, sick.
Oh, look at that.
thank
Our
you.
first gift sub. Holy
Amazing.
shit. It's real. It's happening. Oh my god, thank you so much.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks.
Well, yeah. Well, he's gonna. I want to try to catch Cruz if I can.
Sure.
Cruz would probably be in the gym, getting ready for his ass whooping from Halifax.
Yeah, as a
Hey,
matter of fact, Weaver is giving you some pointers.
Oh, okay. What's our close combat level?
Well, she's more telling you about Halifax
Oh, okay.
and how you're
okay.
probably gonna get your ass whipped. But she's trying to be supportive. She's like, kid, I don't. What the fuck were you thinking, man? Like, look, you know, she might be close to pushing 40, but Halifax is a fucking brick house, man.
Yeah, I just don't want someone glaring at me every time I walk in the mess hall.
So you challenge her to a fight?
I just say we could put whatever's pissing her off.
You know
behind her.
she's an assault marine like Tagar, right?
Yeah, no. I understand I'm about to get my shit pushed in. I get that. You can clearly see I'm not built for fighting people with my hands.
Well, use your speed then. I mean,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Ugh. All right, and she's got the things, where you can punch them. So
Yeah,
she's
the
like
pads, yeah.
helping you do with that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Weaver's not like built for close combat, but she's still like trying to help you a little
Yeah,
bit.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
So, and Herschel standing there like trying to give you pointers, like you should keep your guard up, Private.
Twist your shoulders at this degree. I don't know how to measure that, but I'll try.
All right, so yeah, you see them. They're training. What do you say?
Yeah, it would be like at this point, you know, and walks like opens the door of the gym. And you're like, "Hey, Cruz, I heard you're about to get your ass kicked. You need a spotter?"
Join the club.
Oh yeah, you got an entourage. Yeah, they must be pretty worried about you.
Yes.
Yeah, Weaver's
What
like,
the hell compelled you to do this?
Weaver's like, we gotta help him out, or he's gonna get eaten alive, man. You at least gotta. She's like, look, you gotta go into this with the Rocky mentality, okay? You just have to last a couple rounds, okay? Just don't. Whatever you do, don't get knocked out in the first round, okay?
Do my best.
Look, I got 2 words for you, okay? Pocket sand. All right?
All right. I will do my best during the match to reach with my big boxing gloves into my standard shorts and pull out a clump of sand.
Yeah, so, can I talk to you for a sec?
Sure. What's up?
Away from the NPCs.
I have a name.
Quite rude, but okay.
I think I'm more than an NPC at this point, jackass.
I fly your fucking ship.
Hey, yeah, so, you know, you probably know this, but, you know, I've gotten a little bit of trouble with the LT in the past already, you know, and,
Sure.
And I was the only one that didn't get called into a debriefing last
Did he
mission.
call you in?
No.
Oh.
So, you know, it's got me a little, I guess you could say, paranoid. Hey, look, man, I don't even call you rookie anymore, right? You know, we've been through enough, you know?
Sure.
What'd you get called in for? What's going on?
She just wanted to know what happened with that extra, like, data Schmidt had downloaded. It was a pretty short conversation. In a few minutes, explained what happened.
Okay.
So that's literally it. So,
Well, you know, I mean, I talked to Sarge too, and it was pretty much just, I guess his potential ass whooping. But I guess I don't have anything to really worry about, you know. I don't know.
did you do anything weird while you were on the ship or the station?
Nah, I mean, I was just trying to get those 2 kids out of there. They were pretty young, right? The 2 computer guys, Harms and Franklin.
Yeah, probably 20s or maybe early 30s, but probably 20s.
Oh yeah, even 30s, he'd probably call a kid. Yeah. I was just trying to get them out of there. You know, they didn't deserve what happened to them, even if they did something stupid. That message.
Yeah, they didn't do that, but we didn't know a whole squad of mercenaries was going to come in and try to kill everyone, so nothing we can really do, right?
You and Sarge, all right? That was pretty awkward, man.
I thought so. I mean, saved his life a few weeks back, and then he's taking data when should be giving it to our corporal, so...
I mean, yeah, you saved his life, and then he might feel a little betrayed of the sudden 360 of not trusting him, you know?
What, when you're making secret data?
Yeah, he
On
might have
information
just
that we were
wanted to
told
tell
is
us-
secret data?
He might have, you know, he might have just keep it on the wraps until he knew what he was working with, you know?
Okay, but that's... we're in the military, you kind of got to respect the hierarchy, right?
Oh, yeah, that's
we,
true.
We
But-
respected him when he was in charge, but he's not right now.
No, you're right. You know, the COC's important, but you gotta admit some weird shit's been going down with command.
Every mission we're on seems to get fucked, so something's wrong.
I'm just saying, you know, if I do something weird, you know, I would probably communicate a little bit better, God forbid, but you know, you can trust me, okay? You know,
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I just find myself looking over my shoulder a little bit more lately. I'm not getting a lot of sleep still, and these missions just keep getting more fucked.
Weirder and weirder shit keeps happening. So,
All right, well, I doubt our new squad leader's gonna really want to divulge what he had his private conversation with LT with, and I'm sure game mother wants to get the game moving along. So,
What's a game?
why
are you talking at that wall? I don't understand.
Oh yeah, it's the fourth one over there.
Yeah.
O'Connell,
All right,
do you? I don't mind this at all. This is the bread and butter. But I do have a question. Do you ask anybody in the command squad why you weren't brought in?
Oh, that's a good question.
You've got such a diverse cast of characters.
Zimborski,
who's always angry.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's a good point.
You bring it up to the NPC.
I probably after this kind of feeling a little bit more like okay with the situation. I'd probably go to Lieutenant Casados next if she's available.
Yeah, you can. I mean, she's not that busy, so especially because you guys are on leave right now. So
not that busy.
Yeah, you find her. She's been set up in and she's probably still on the ship, honestly, when she's like on her downtime or whatever, because that's where she's got her office and her room. So yeah, you can find her. It's like she's doing some paperwork.
Wait till she allows me into the room and stand attention, give a salute.
She looks up. O'Connell, this is a surprise. She motions for you to come on in. She finishes whatever she's writing, puts the pen down.
Yeah, Lieutenant, I doubt you would ever forget, a detail such as this, but I just came in to double check in case you forgot to get my debrief.
She's like, I read your report. You were part of the group debrief, weren't you?
Well, yeah, I couldn't help but notice my other squad mates were all called in for various reasons, I'm sure.
And I didn't have a various reason to call you in. So, good job. More of that, please.
You can kind of see his expressions like, well, that's weird. Yes, ma'am.
Anything else?
No, ma'am.
Enjoy your bowling tournament.
He about faces just kind of walks out. That's it. That's good. Yeah. I'm reacclimated.
Okay. So, a few other things happen here. Broderick, aka Sean's other character, with this downtime and being on leave, it's a little bit easier to get some of the goodies you've been trying to get for the squad. Please roll me 2d6. I need to know the individual numbers you roll.
4 and a 5.
Okay. You are able to get both the new sound system that you promised Weaver, and you're able to get a PDAT that you fill up with all sorts of jams that you think she's gonna like, including.
Boy, are you lucky.
Including the one Rickroll song that you're gonna put on there. So
Fantastic.
You managed to get these in throughout the course of this week, and you've got both of them now that you can give to her.
Yeah, he'd get them delivered to wherever she needed them to be put so she could wire that shit up.
I mean, you'd probably give it to her, and then she'll take it from there. But you bring those to her, and she's like, "Oh, now we're talking. Finally, some good fucking news.
High quality equipment here.
Yeah, I can tell. This is gonna be great." She's
We'll
like,
hear it out in space.
"Oh, if only. Oh yeah." And when she sees the PDAC, she starts like looking through, and she's scrolling like, "Oh man, I hope she doesn't see the one song, right?" But she's going through like the full list. She's not looking at any of the playlists you put together, and she's like, "Oh man, AC/DC, Kiss. Oh yeah, you did all right, Broderick. Really appreciate it, man."
65.
She's like, "Thanks, man. This is I needed this. Thank you."
No worries.
She's like, "Cool. Well, hey, you gonna be at the match tonight?"
Oh, to watch your rookie get his shit pushed in?
Yeah, that's probably what's
Yeah.
gonna happen. I hope
I'll
not,
be there.
but yeah. All right. Cool. Well, yeah. If you want to swing by the dropship sometime, I could probably use some help wiring this stuff up if you know anything about electronics. And if not, I could always use someone to hold a flashlight.
Sounds good. Just let me know next time you're working on it.
All right. Cool. All right. And then I think it is finally time for the fight, and then the comedian. So the comedian makes it to the base. O'Connell, at some point, Roy would come and find you. PFC O'Connell?
That's me.
He says, I have a special assignment for you that the lieutenant thought you would be the right person for the job, if you will.
Oh, okay.
You probably have heard we have a special guest coming to entertain the troops later this week, and the LT thought it would be appropriate that you be the one to act as their escort and guide while they're here on the base.
Why me? What is it? Some kind of pop singer or something?
No, it's a comedian. I believe his style will match some of your hijinks, as they put it.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I'll be happy to give him a few pointers.
His name is Paul Montesino, and he'll be arriving in a day or two. You are to help accommodate him to the base, show him to his quarters, escort him around when he needs to be around, make sure he's never alone. Obviously, he is a civilian on a military base, and if he needs anything, please try to make his stay here as accommodating as possible.
All right, understood.
Thank you. And he'll, tell you where his quarters are going to be and all that. But, yeah, eventually, like a day or two later, this dropship shows up, and maybe a couple family members of other people that are on the base here visiting or whatever. But it's kind of like the USO show, it's like a bit of a big deal. And you see this guy. His first name's actually Paul Miro, but he goes by Paul for short because a lot of people can't pronounce that. And you see very clearly an Italian guy, kind of tall. Looks like he's relatively fit, but he's got kind of the darkish skin. He's got the black greased hair, and he's wearing like dress pants, a nice belt, nice shoes, and then he's got nice dress shirt that, is open, like the first 3 or 4 buttons are open, and he's got a gold chain on around his neck, and then he's got a bunch of gold bracelets as well, and like a ring or two. Kind of flashy, but he looks, he is dressed nicely. Maybe a little too nicely.
Hello, Mr. Montesino. I'm Private First Class O'Connell. I'm here to be your escort.
Hey, what's up, Private? Nice to meet you. He's like, thank you so much. Real happy to be here.
So, I can take you on a tour first so you can get comfortable with the ship, and I can show you to your quarters after.
He's like, yeah, man, that'd be great. You got a place I can put all my stuff?
Yeah, well, we can go to your quarter first.
Okay.
Make you at home, and then we can show you around.
Yeah, so he's got, like your typical travel bag on the wheels that you see at the airport. And then he's got, like, a small, like a duffel bag sort of thing over his shoulder. And, he's asking you some questions about the base, just very kind of minor chit-chat type stuff. But he seems cordial enough, He's like, I never been on a military base, man. This is really something, appreciate what you guys do. That's why I agreed to this in the first place. My agent, he didn't want me to do it. He's like, there's not a lot of money in it, but sometimes you gotta give back, right? Least I could do for you guys.
I'd be lying to you if I told you that morale has been high lately. So I think your timing is quite good.
Huh. Oh, no pressure, right?
I think it'll be all right. I actually had a question for you. They told me that you're a comedian, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, can you tell me maybe what did the cactus wear to his job interview?
He scratches his chin for a moment. What did the cactus bring to his job interview? I don't know, man. Lay it on me.
Tie. And he kind of motions like he's wearing a tie.
He's like, I think we're gonna get along just fine, man. He says, I once heard a joke about amnesia, but I forgot how it goes.
All right. Let me show you the quarters.
All right, so you guys shoot the shit after he drops his stuff off. You give him a tour of the base, which he seems to enjoy. He asks a lot of questions. He seems engaged. He looks high maintenance, but he doesn't really act it. You can tell that he just kind of holds himself to a certain, standard. He's dressed nice. If he gets a drink, he's ordering something, nice, not just like a beer. You can tell that he's probably a bit of a neat freak. You do see him once or twice, bust out the hand sanitizer. But other than that, yeah, he seems thankful, and he's ready for the show later that night. So, unless you have anything else you want to ask him, we can move on. All right. Well, the long-awaited bout between Cruz and Halifax is finally here, and we see there's a gym here on the base. Because it is a full base, it is a pretty relatively good-sized gym. It has a boxing ring, where, obviously boxing's the main thing they do, but some people might do some mixed martial arts or maybe even some amateur wrestling stuff. Of course, sometimes there's guys screwing around doing WWE moves, for whatever the current wrestlers are in this day and age. So there's certainly stuff like that. But, obviously people do some serious workouts here as well. So, let's see. Let's get a little bit different music here. It's getting a little repetitive. How's this one? All right. So, the entire platoon is here, and there's probably a good 10 or 20 other people. So there's about 40 to 50 people lined up. And Cruz, you can see when you get here, there are clearly people taking bets, and you can just tell that obviously Halifax is the favored here.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go place a bet on myself.
Volunteered for this.
Okay. Yeah, what is the rest of the squad doing? Weaver and Herschel are kind of acting as your coaches, so to speak.
Okay.
But what's the rest of the squad doing?
Yeah, I'm chauffeuring our Italian comedian still.
Yeah, he hears about it, or maybe you tell him about it. He's like, "Oh yeah, man."
Oh, I tell him. Oh yeah.
He's like, you guys do that kind of stuff? They're gonna have a fight?
Oh, I mean, we're a bunch of men and women on a ship for long periods of time. We gotta figure it out.
He's like, so what's the deal? Is this you guys have a tournament, or is this a league?
I think this is a beef match.
Oh, okay.
Usually these happen out in the forest.
Yeah, so he starts asking you questions about Halifax and Cruz and what their story is, so he's asking, you guys are sitting there, and eventually Halifax comes out. Boomhauser's in her corner. They're buddies in games, so they're usually kind of hanging out. And Yazi's there waiting, watching. She's excited to probably see you get beaten down. But everybody's there, throwing bets. A lot of people cheering, and you guys basically have just regular workout clothes on. She's got a green, tank top, workout tank top. And then just her fatigue pants, and then they're getting some gloves on her.
Nice, great.
And man, who would be the ref of this match?
Wheeler. No, just kidding.
The person in my corner is the ref.
Yeah, that probably doesn't make sense. I guess Herschel or maybe Roy would be the ref, just to be impartial.
Yeah.
So they convinced. Roy probably wouldn't, because he's the command android. So yeah, they get Herschel, and he's like, before he goes to the middle, he's like, best of luck, Private.
I'll do my best, thanks.
And Herschel gets in the middle of the ring, very monotone, does his best Judge Mills Lane impersonation from Celebrity Deathmatch. And basically it's going to go 3 rounds, and he's going to judge based on points. But of course, if there is a knockout, then that person will be the loser if they are knocked out.
Makes sense.
We'll do very simple. We'll do 3 rolls, 1 for each round. It's going to be opposed close combat rolls. And, yeah, we'll see what happens here. So
Betting against Cruz right now.
wow.
I'm gonna bet for Cruz.
I hope I win, and I hope you lose all of your money, Schmidt.
I'm gonna put my faith in him.
Okay.
I don't bet.
All right. Well, why don't you go ahead and give me that roll there, buddy. We'll see what...
Don't fail me now, Cruz.
2. Am I allowed to push this?
Yes. You are... Oops, I rolled the wrong skill. That's heavy machinery.
Whap, whap.
Well,
All right, how many successes do you have?
2.
All right, she pushes as well. And so you guys are kind of just squaring off, a couple of punches, gauging distance, and you actually land the first hit on her. Looks like she's a little overconfident. You get her just across the chin, nothing too hard, but you clip her. She puts a little bit more of a serious face on, and she manages to land a series of blows that, nothing too bad, nothing you're not able to handle. And you actually do a nice counterattack, and you come out as the winner on round 1.
Okay.
And the crowd is going nuts. There's a lot of booing. People are not happy. People are like, what the fuck are you doing, Halifax? Knock him out already. And you see Boomhauser saying something to her in her corner, and Weaver's like, kid, you are doing fucking great, man. She's overconfident. She's not expecting it, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. Bob and weave. When you see those openings, go for it and put this bitch on her ass.
All right, we can do this. We can do this. Yeah, yeah. Uncle Domingo has faith in me.
That's right, for Uncle Domingo.
For Uncle Domingo.
So you see she gets back up. She's doing one of these. She's got the mouthpiece in. She looks a little bit more serious and ready now. And round 2 begins.
Okay. Gonna push again.
As does she.
Okay.
Nice, nice.
Okay, so you panic. Hold on. I lost track of her
No,
rolls.
no.
No, not this
Nope.
time.
Not this time. I got 3 successes.
Why is it?
You
Oh, I
panicked
think
last one.
I might
Panic
have
last
your.
time.
I think I have your character selected. Because it's saying that you did the roll. Let me make sure I'm doing this. Do I have her character sheet open? Is it rolling over this?
Yeah, yours are private for us.
Yeah, we can't see.
Yeah, but on my on my last roll it says Cruz. It doesn't say Halifax. Let me make sure.
How many dice did you roll?
2, 3, 4.
Because I only have 5 in the talent or the skill, and then currently 2 stress dice.
It rolled. It did not roll her full complement of dice,
It's weird.
and it didn't give her a second stress point. Make sure you only have 2 stress and not 3.
No, I have 3. Yeah. Where did that come from?
I don't
Okay.
know, because your token's not on the map. That's weird. Okay, we'll do this again. Okay, she will push.
Well,
I shouldn't.
Okay. Okay, so that's her total. How many did you have?
3.
You dominate the second round. She looks frustrated and angry, and she gets a couple hits on you, but for every hit she gets on you, she misses like 3 or 4, and you are countering with quick jabs, and you are just kind of slowly wearing her down.
Nice.
And you can see now she's got like a bit of a busted lip. She's getting real frustrated and angry. You can see, she spits in the bucket when they go to the corner. Weaver is ecstatic. She's like, holy shit, kid, you're gonna fucking do it! She's like,
Just put money on me?
Just, of course I did.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
She's like, no, just look. She's gonna go for the knockout, man. All right, she's like a fucking bull. All right, she sees red right now, so just don't mess up. All right, don't give her the opportunity. Just let her fuck herself over.
So for this last one, could I use mobility to just kind of dodge and weave through her attacks?
I suppose. I mean, you're not really gonna be striking back at her, but if you're just trying to.
Seems like I've won 2 rounds. I think I got this in the bag.
He's gonna psych her out.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah, I'll allow it. I like it.
Okay. So mobility. Ooh, only 1 success.
Oh.
Wah, wah. Still 1 success, so she beats it.
She panicked as well, and she did not get any successes.
Oh my god.
So you're getting a little nervous here because she is coming at you like a freight train or like a wrecking ball, if you're into that sort of thing. And like they are inches, centimeters from your face, but she does not land a single hit, and you dodge every single blow, and she is just fuming by the time this is done. And she doesn't even wait for Herschel to issue the declaration, the result. She like throws her gloves to the side, she pushes Boomhauer and Yazi out of the way, and she storms off. And
I feel like I made the situation worse somehow.
There's a lot of people that are upset, but everyone is like excited because of just this turn of events, and now like everybody's like, booing her because she's storming off like a sore loser kind of thing. And yeah, there's a couple dollar bills getting thrown around in frustration, things like that. Maybe a pack
Guess
of
who
smokes
made
here
money
and there.
this session?
Oh, he did it! Weaver gets it too, finally.
Does it count for losing money?
Oh no.
You actually lose next week to that.
And Montesino's with you there, Scaarr. He's like, man, that kid's pretty good.
He's been a surprise to every corner.
Huh. Good for
Yeah,
him,
I taught
man.
him that.
Good for him. And when it's over, Weaver's like, you fucking did it! And she's like shaking you by the shoulders, like, yeah! And like her and she gets Herschel to help her, and they're like carrying you on their shoulders, and they're like, yeah, the fucking rookie did it.
Just mutter to myself, yeah, that wasn't so hard.
Same
thing that pissed her off.
She hears you and pulls out a gun and shoots you. In complete frustration. How dare you, sir? It's quite the celebration, and
nice.
People are pretty excited. So, that's most of that. Later in the night, you get cleaned up. You guys have a couple drinks. You got one of the front row seats at the comedy show, and Montesino comes out, and he's got an interesting mix with how he does his comedy here. He does a lot of like kind of deadpan, just very monotone. He also he does a lot of rapid fire stuff, where he basically will have a situation that he's talking about, and the jokes just keep piling on and making the situation like more extravagant and unbelievable. He does have quite a few dad puns and dad jokes that he throws in there, which O'Connell, you are happy to hear. A few of his jokes that he has here. Where'd my list go? He says, it's not that the guy didn't know how to juggle. It's that he didn't have the balls to do it. And he's like, oh, one for all you out there in space. He's like, I've been reading a book on anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down. And another one I have here for you. He's like looking at your table where you guys are, Tagar. And he like kind of just says to your group in general, he's like, did you hear about the guy who got hit in the head with a can of soda? Luckily, it was a soft drink. Yeah, for the most part, it seems he gets a pretty good reaction. People are digging it. He's kind of feeding into the crowd a little bit. He also talks a lot about, just the lack of respect that the general person has to other people, especially when it comes to traveling. And he tells you all sorts of stories like, this fucking guy comes out of the cryopod in flip-flops. Who the fuck wears flip-flops in a cryopod? He's like, I'm so sick of people that just, they roll out of bed and they're at the spaceport. And it's stuff like that, where he just, you could tell he's like, probably spends a little bit of money on the nicer things in life, like first class and, nice restaurants, but, he's just appalled at how awful people are with just basic dignity and courtesy. And it's a pretty big hit. It seems to get the mood back for a lot of the people here on base, and yeah, all in all, it's good stuff. And just a few other things here to finish up. Over the next day or two, Cruz, you promised Rakesh you would try to help him install a hidden blade compartment in his new metal bionic arm. How do you do that? Or what do you try to do for him?
Damn. I guess I would go to Johnson and see if we can get some kind of compression spring thing, like a tube with a compression spring in it, so you can release it and pull it back. So you just attach a blade to that and just pops it out.
Okay.
Like Assassin's Creed style.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. He's like, I could easily get something like that, but you're gonna need to find somebody who can actually install it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that kind of shit.
I bet there's someone in our section who's good at machinery stuff and shit like that.
He's like, all right, I'll get you something. I'll get you a few trinkets that should work. So, so he'll be on to work on that.
Cool.
And is there anything else that anybody wishes to do before this downtime comes to an end?
And I'll make sure to send a return message back to my family.
Okay. What does it include? What do you
just I'm really sorry that I couldn't be there. This this must be a really hard time for the family. Let me know if there's anything I can send home or help plan. I'll do the best I can, but be thinking of you guys, and if you guys need anything, let me know.
Is it a voice message, video message, or just like a
video
text?
Video, if able.
Yeah, you can do any of them. The base has all
video.
those. Okay. All right, cool. And luckily, the network hub is still standing, so your message might actually get there.
No.
All right. Cruz.
Yeah.
After your amazing victory, you guys are in the med bay, getting patched up a little bit. She hit you a couple times, right? You get some ice and stuff. Nothing major, though. And Weaver's kind of still riding the high as your, coach. And Herschel, seems as excited as can be. He's obviously proud and happy for you. And Sergeant Zimborski comes walking in. And you see Weaver, her smile kind of fades instantly. She does her salute, as does Herschel.
Boom, hit the salute as well.
At ease. And he looks right to you. He walks right up to you, maybe 2-3 steps away. And he says, he holds out his hand. He's got something that he hands you. And with a little box.
Anthrax.
Yeah. Did you already get your second Purple Heart, or not yet? I can't remember.
I don't remember, actually. I don't...
Okay. So he actually has 2 boxes. He gives you one, which you recognize. It looks identical to the first one. You open it up, and it's another Purple Heart.
Okay. Well, thank you.
And then he hands you another one, and he says, you open it, and it's your your chevrons to be a PFC.
Oh shit.
Says, time enough. 6 months. You know the drill. Your action here has been deemed satisfactory, suffice to say. So, congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Salute again.
And then he looks to Weaver and Herschel, as you were. And just as quickly, he's out the door. And Weaver's like, man, look at you. Look at
It's
you.
a really good day.
All grown up.
Yeah, well, I'll take a quick picture of it, send it to the family group chat.
Yeah, it starts off with, oh, we're so proud of you, to eventually someone's like, they get that at 6 months regardless. It's part of the policy. He didn't earn it. And then it's just, it's just arguing about that. Like, well, yeah, but you could be not deemed worthy, It's like, only an idiot wouldn't get that. So that's what it delves into.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, I just like causing a little bit of chaos in the group chat at, whatever time it is for them.
Yep. So, the last thing that happens, Schmidt, one day, towards the end of this, Roy comes to you. He says, Sergeant, your presence has been requested, please.
All right.
And he says,
away.
please follow me. And leads you, and you realize you're being brought to Lieutenant Casado's office.
Jesus.
The gas
And,
chamber.
it's not what you were hoping for here. So, I need to deafen everybody while we have a little private conversation here.
Oh, another one.
Oh,
And
I'm gonna be waiting for that mobility roll that's coming.
Yep. All right. Everyone is deafened, so you are brought back in to Weaver's office. You notice when you get there, there are two MPs, military police, standing on the other side of the door. And when you go inside, there's two more inside standing at the back wall. And you see Casados is there. And obviously so is Sergeant Zimborski, Staff Sergeant. And she doesn't even say anything. And Zimborski says, sit your ass down.
Sits down.
Lieutenant turns around. She says, I warned you, Sergeant. No more fucking around. No more of your bullshit. I finished reviewing everything from your last mission. And you threaten and try to blackmail Weaver within earshot of everyone on the flight deck?
I was more just trying to get her information on what she heard. I know it was a private conversation, so.
I am done with your scheming, your lying, and your outright bullshit. You can enjoy some time in the brig. And she snaps her fingers, and the two MPs come up behind you and basically start to lift you out of the chair. Do you let them escort you?
I'll let them escort me, but I'll just say one thing, and I'll be like, well, if that's what you feel like, but I'm not gonna say my 3 missions I ran were successful, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I understand.
She doesn't say anything. She sees Zimborski's like ready to jump over the desk again, and she just holds her hand up, and you get taken out. And then the other two MPs, they get behind those two that are escorting you, and Roy follows them, and you are brought to the brig on the Tamb'itam. And, well, we can bring everybody else in here because they're gonna, see more of this. All right. So, the group of you, at some point, either see or hear, after Schmidt has been brought to a debriefing with the lieutenant, he is escorted out by 4 MPs.
Ooh.
And you eventually learn that he is sent to the brig on the Tamb'itam. And that's where we're going to take our break. So,
God damn it.
go
We
grab
totally
There
weren't
is other
gossiping.
ways to use your other character.
We totally weren't gossiping on Twitch stream either.
So, we'll take a 5-10 minute break here, folks. Grab some food, grab some Dr. Pepper. I'm going to put up our cool little break screen here, and we'll be back shortly. Boom.
BRB. God damn it, Adam. It's just, what did you like threaten to kill the LT?
No, definitely did not.
Okay, all right.
Much worse. Much worse.
Yeah. All right, BRB.
Yep.
Well, that looks so gross.
What is he eating?
He sent the Dr.
was the
Pepper
other can
icing
that
on the
blew
cake.
up.
Birthday cake. Ugh.
What?
I cannot.
Well, let me look at this
I
food.
feel like drinking that would be just so gross.
I mean, it
Yeah,
looks delicious.
I thought that, but I also was sending him Dr. Pepper, like I think cotton candy, like it's like, all of it is like this, like insanely high sugar, like diabetes shit. So I'm like, why not?
You just fucking go, bro.
I don't. Where'd you post it? I don't see it.
It's in the
in the-
Discord call chat.
Yeah, so our call chat.
Oh, I don't think I can access that on my phone without fucking something up. So we'll just look at it later. Anyway. Okay. So, get this out of the way. All right. Yeah. So you guys see him or hear that he gets taken and put into the brig. Therefore, he does not get to participate in the bowling tournament.
Oh
Not the
no!
bowling tournament.
Oh no!
Real
I was gonna
tragedy.
bet against him and win more of his money.
So, eventually, Tagar, you're called into the principal's office.
Fuck, man.
But
I'm an
this-
assault marine. I need to fight something. One of these sessions.
However, it's a little bit different this time. The lieutenant herself comes and finds you. And, I don't know, maybe what would Tagar be doing in his downtime?
So if I'm not at the gym, yeah, I'd probably be either at the gym or the range, or just sleeping.
Alright, she comes to you when you're at the range. She says, Corporal,
Ma'am, how can I help you?
when you're finished, would you please stop by my office?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
As you were. Eventually,
Yeah,
head down there,
clean up and
and we'll deafen everybody else here. You guys can mute
good.
yourselves.
You guys
too.
can't hear this.
Yeah.
You're in the brig.
We're gonna come up with theories in Twitch chat.
Okay. I like that.
Okay,
All
I'm gonna watch it.
Okay, so you get into her office and she's sitting there in her chair. She's alone. Zimborski and Roy are not there. She says, come on in, Tagar. Close the door, please.
Okay, I'm gonna close the door. Walk in,
Asks you to have a seat.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What can I help you with?
Well, I've been, oh, hold on. Let me make sure I'm looking at my notes correctly here. I'm sorry, I have things out of order. You're not called in yet.
Pass.
Sorry, guys.
False alarm.
I've got my notes mixed up here. I'm doing things out of order. So, most importantly, the first thing that happens is the bowling tournament.
John still deafened.
Oh. He deafened himself. Sean, hello, look at us. Look at him, he's completely out of it. There you go.
My God.
Sorry, I doing my notes out of order here. So the
Gun
first,
show isn't happening yet.
yeah. The first thing that happens is we get to this sweet-ass bowling tournament. All right.
Okay.
So, everyone is there, except Schmidt, because he's in jail.
Does that mean I whip out my second character for this?
Oh, yeah, who is your second character?
Yeah.
We've never even met him. I guess we can introduce him now. It's a good... Yeah.
Nobody
Private
cares.
First-Clad Victor Reed.
All right, let's go to... I have so many folders. First section. Nope. PCs. Backup PCs. That's it. Okay. Tell us a bit about Private First Class Victor Reed and who he is and what he does.
Yeah, Victor Reed, private first class. He's a automatic rifleman, smart gunner. The big boy with the big guns. God, what did I not even think about descriptions for him yet?
Look, he wants to play his character so bad he doesn't have anything ready for us. Terrible. Terrible.
He couldn't have known he was going to be dragged.
All he
to
can
the
think
brig.
about is
Well,
This-
I mean, he could have but do.
this guy.
This
This guy.
is a long time coming.
This guy looks like a cross between a fucking Spartan and an Elysium drop trooper.
Well, one would say he takes great pride in making sure his guns stay nice and dirty.
What?
Okay.
And the armory's gonna love you.
Yeah.
Why is there rust all over your ship, bro? What are you
Yeah.
doing? Come on.
So this guy shows up. But everyone's there. It's a great time. If you guys would like, everybody can please make an agility roll to see how well you do.
That translates to bowling.
What else would it be?
Ranged combat.
Machinery.
Sure, range
Survival
combat.
ability,
I'd rather do a skill than an attribute. So yes, do range combat.
Range combat, okay.
I guess that makes sense.
Oh wait, I should not have
No,
stress.
I'm pushing this for sure. Ah,
I'm going to push mine because
I'll roll for Weaver and Herschel as well. Oh my god, so many dice.
Oh my God,
I'm be stressing out over bowling.
dude, Cruz, Jesus, calm down.
range
ahead,
combat
everybody,
is his only thing.
Oh, we can do range combat. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought we were kidding about range combat,
we
but
can do range combat. Let's get Ogata in
Let's
here
go to
too. We haven't seen him.
oh
in a
my
while.
God,
you guys are being judged at bowling.
Perfect.
Jeez.
Why?
O'Connell is having a panic attack about these bowling balls.
What?
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I had
Staring
my
into it.
stuff as private. Okay, let's go through here and see. Okay, so we've got Cruz.
Terrible.
Cruz has 1. Tagar has 3. Reed has 0.
I have one with the push.
O'Connell's got. Oh, that was his agility.
Nothing.
We'll delete
Fucking
those.
zip.
Yeah, it's not great. Okay, so Cruz pushes for 4. Wow, what a great push.
Solid.
Reed
But
ends
he
up.
did call the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rigged.
I chose bowling because I'm good at it.
That's right. Makes sense, right? That's why I never go bowling because I'm terrible at it.
I was assuming I'd lose the boxing match, so I wanted to win the bowling.
Makes sense. Okay, so we got 4 for Cruz. We got 1 for Reed. Weaver didn't have any. Herschel got 1. He did okay.
Okay.
O'Connell, not great. Ogata actually panicked. Oh, he still has stress on, so he probably wouldn't have panicked, but he had 1 success.
Was one of the bowling balls had like a bunch of bugs on it, kind of like as a decal?
No, a fucking spider crawls out of one of the finger holes, and he like fucking drops it and freaks out.
Pulls his gun and just blows up the bowling ball. We're kicked out of the bowling alley.
Yeah. No fucking
Drops
guns
it
on
on
the
his
court.
foot.
Yeah, no guns on the lanes, you idiots. Okay, well, Cruz, you crush it, and there's a lot more sourpusses like, yeah, you just picked this because you're good at this shit. This sport sucks anyway. That kind of stuff, But it's a fairly good bonding experience. Is there anything you guys discuss when you've got kind of the whole crew together? You hear various rumors from people as to why Schmidt was taken there. There's a lot of talk amongst your section about that.
Well, yeah, I would ask Tagar, like, hey, you hear about what happened to the Sarge? I mean, part of the squad.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't talked to me about it. I heard what happened, but just, same like you guys did through the Lance Corporal Underground.
Well, I mean, maybe you go ask the LT or Zimborski.
Yeah, I mean, it just happened, so I haven't had the chance to. Want to make sure to, we got to do these things, keep camaraderie up.
Yeah.
I didn't want to bring down the event, but, Sergeant's one of my Marines, and I'm going to make sure to get those answers, when I can. But, yeah, I mean, you know how the higher-ups are.
You all notice Weaver's very quiet during this conversation. She's just
You ain't got nothing to say?
She's like sipping a beer. She says, "You know how I feel about him. Brought it on himself."
I mean, he hasn't exactly made friends around here.
Just because he's not a fan of your classical music, you don't have to be giving him the cold shoulder.
Classical. Ouch.
That's worse than oldies, right? Jeez.
It's oldies now.
It might be
It's
another
classical
boxing
in
match
over
in the
100
future.
years from now.
It's gonna be another boxing match.
I'll be giving Weaver pointers this time.
I was gonna crack a joke, like, in reality, in this timeline, wouldn't like sophisticated like savants be listening to like AC/DC and like LL Cool J?
Well,
No.
they do say that, like, in the rule book, they do say that like kind of country rock is the typical stuff that's listened to. Now, they don't specify bands, right? But like, I would imagine like the song Dead Moon Rising, right? That's probably the equivalent of what typical people are listening to, especially space truckers, right? So I don't know what the music's going to be in the year 2183, so we'll just assume it's, she likes the classics, right? I mean, people still listen to classical music today, so...
Exactly.
Yeah, you can call it classical, but she likes it. But she says, you got more heart than I do, Tagar. To say that about him, but no, I don't like him, and I don't trust him.
I mean, I can say we've all had our run-ins, and we'll see what happens. But command's gonna make the decision they make. So I haven't heard. They didn't ask my opinion.
She's like, all I know is when I'm out there, I want people like you three around me. People who I know have my back. People who I know aren't going to stab me in the back and aren't going to go behind my back and do shady shit, right? People who don't make fucked up, questionable decisions.
I mean,
But
squad
hold up my
trust is
drink.
pretty important.
Hold up my drink. Rah.
Hurrah!
Rah.
Hoorah!
Dr. Pepper, hoorah.
Not
Sir-
hoorah. Not hoorah.
Cerberus
Oh, sorry.
Squad!
Sorry,
Ooh.
fuck.
Hoorah.
Hoorah! Okay. Well, you guys have a decent time with that. And then, it's actually Adam who gets a visitor down at his cell.
Ooh.
So I did things out of order here. So we're actually going to deafen everybody else. I'll do the deafening so you guys don't deafen yourselves, okay? And then I'll
Okay.
let you
I'm gonna
back
come
in.
up with
But
theories in Twitch chat again.
But, yeah.
Conjugal.
Go ahead and mute yourselves, though, please. Okay. So, Adam, Sergeant Schmidt.
Yeah.
You're sitting there in the brig. Maybe a couple of the squad mates come and see what's going on. Sergeant Green probably does. You know, he still seems to respect you in that regards. And plus, you guys were discussing stuff last session, right? So he comes and just checks in on you. But they've got guards there, and they don't let him stay very long. You know, just hey, hope you're doing okay, man. You know, just keep your chin up, that sort of thing. But eventually, you get a visitor. You can hear someone walking down the hall, and you hear a voice that you think you might recognize say something to the guard along the lines of, take a walk, Private, or whoever might be on guard. You hear him say, sir, and they leave. You see coming around the corner, in the flesh, is Colonel A.W. Spears. With his cigar and his baseball cap that's perpetually shrouding his eyes in darkness. And he says, at ease, Sergeant. Thought you might need a bit of a visitor.
Well,
And
I appreciate it.
Do you mind? And he points to a chair nearby.
By all means, Colonel.
And he pulls up the chair, he sits down, takes a long drag on the cigar. And he says, seems like you're in a bit of a predicament here, Sergeant. Lieutenant's not too happy with you right now.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you've gone over what was being debriefed on, you know. I feel like it's only natural I'm pretty aggravated with the situation, and she's not going to like the way I'm responding to it, but, you know, what it is.
Let me ask you something, Sergeant. Man to man.
All right.
I've reviewed what you've done so far. You seem to be a good soldier. You got your head on straight. You try to kill some of those UPP bastards. Keep your men alive. Focus on the mission. It's like, it seems to really be one of the first times, though, that you've, I guess gone against the grain, so to speak. Really gone against an order. Now, I'm not suggesting anything here, so please don't take my tone to mean as such. What I mean is, this is kind of the first time it really seems like you've gone against the whole, even if it wasn't explicitly stated, what's the term? The purpose of the mission, I guess. I'm just curious as to why. Why'd you feel the need to make a copy of that data?
Well, sir, quite honestly, you know, the past few missions we've been kind of screwed over, it feels like, in a way. You know, we've run into issues that should not have been happening, or, you know, or shouldn't have at least been probably a little bit more knowledgeable on. And, you know, I just, part of me got tired of sitting there and getting shafted and not knowing what we're actually doing here. And so, in my humble opinion, you know, my directive personally was to go through and find a little bit more information for myself, because I want to know what I'm fighting for, and you know, that's my whole ideal. You know, I didn't become a sarge, I didn't work my way up here, and, you know, succeed on all my missions because I'm, you know, here to throw you guys, you know, a hard time. You know, I do it for you guys. So the more informed I am, the better off the missions should go. I imagine so.
Fair enough. Well, let me ask you this, Sergeant. Can I trust you? Your track record's pretty good. As you say, you've had some pretty successful time here. You wouldn't be where you were if you weren't. But can I trust you? Can General Vaughn trust you?
I would say yes. I mean, I don't try to keep anything from you guys as much as possible. And, you know, the little that I did, that was my own fault. And, you know, I take full responsibility for that. And I, you know, as you can see, I had no problem, you know, being escorted here. Didn't give no fuss. Just on my merry way.
Well, very good, Sergeant. Reason I'm here is, General needs soldiers she can trust. General needs officers she can rely on. As you know, this war sometimes brings out the worst in people. There's a lot of nasty things out there other than just UPP. You've seen some of that out there. Well, there's a lot more. But as you imagine, we have to keep that sort of shit under wraps. But if you can be the type of man and the type of soldier that we can trust, well, might have a special assignment or two for you. How's that sound, son?
That sounds great to me. If it helps me understand what we're actually doing here a little bit more, I'm all for it. And if it makes me earn your guys' trust even more, that's even better in my books.
All right. Well, I tell you what, Sergeant. I have a little offer for you on behalf of the General. How would you like to come work for her a little bit more directly? Get out of this basic line shit and get into the real fight with the UPP.
I'm all for it. Bring me them UPP scum and I'll gun them down.
Alright. Now, before you accept this, I just want to make a couple things clear. If you decide to take on this assignment, you're going to be faced with some difficult situations. More difficult than some of the things you've dealt with so far. Can we trust you to be up to the task? If an order comes through that maybe you find a little distasteful, you can still follow through on?
You know, I could say yes. You know, I'll learn from my mistakes on this one. You know, I should have done things a little bit more on the honest side for my sake, but you guys can trust me as long as, you know, we're prepared. You know, whatever we're doing is going to be prepared for the mission, and we got everything we need for the mission. That way we're not, you know, at risk, even in these high-risk situations.
Oh, you'll be prepared, son. But you will be
That's
privy
like
to
hear.
information that is well above a lot of people's pay grade. So you need to be discreet. You need to understand that, well, I guess for lack of a better term, you might be looking into Pandora's box a little bit if you take this on.
Roger that. I'm up for it.
You do realize if you accept this assignment, you will be reassigned to a new unit. You will no longer be part of Cerberus Squad.
It means moving up, doing what I want to actually do, not taking orders from Lieutenant here. I'm all for it.
Well, put it to you this way, Sergeant. How many AW soldiers you seen in an officer position before?
Not a lot.
That's right. There's 0 to be precise. I'm the only one. You know why? Because I followed the General. You want to move up the ranks, you want to be a real soldier, you want to make a real difference, get to the bottom of some of this and see what's really going on? General Vaughn is the future. So, if you can guarantee your loyalty to the General and her cause to make the UA a safer place and kick these UPP bastards back to their border, we'd be happy to have you.
You got that. I'm all in.
All right. He stands up, and he actually extends a hand, like, up to the bars. He shakes it, and he says, your little detention here will be at an end soon. You just sit yourself tight, and, I'll be seeing you very soon.
All right, thank you, Colonel.
As you were. And he kind of laughs at that like it's a stupid joke. Like, what else are you going to do? You're in a prison cell. And he walks off. And you hear as he's walking off, he's like whistling, some sort of little tune, kind of creepily. And that is where we will bring everyone else back in. Okay. So,
Looks like Scaarr deafened himself this time.
do you get? I mean, I expect it from him because he never listens to anything I say. So,
Okay, let me message him back because he's wanted to message me. Hold on.
yeah, look at this.
Undeafen.
We're all yelling
yourself.
at him at Twitch.
Of course, he's looking down too.
Yeah, he's falling asleep.
You might actually.
He's just passed out. Just. Or he's crying.
Weeping tears of joy.
Why
that he
don't
gets
I
to
ever
play in
get
an alien
solo
game.
sessions? This game's-
Nobody wants to talk to me.
Yeah. No, maybe if you actually showed up to a session, you'd get, more chance to do that sort of stuff.
He's probably on his phone,
Ooh,
so if we
shots
text
fired.
him,
Yes, please do. Okay.
is he in the group chat? He is.
Yeah.
Scaarr, look up.
And then there's a serial killer behind him. Yeah, that sounds like a serial killer message. Look behind you.
What are you
Turn
wearing?
around.
Kick,
What do you
kick.
wear?
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Yeah.
Untighten yourself. Oh, okay.
This fucking guy. Okay.
Okay,
So-
so at least it happened to both of the Seans today.
It's true. It's true. So, basically, the day before, 2 days before your leave ends, I would like all of you to make a observation roll, aside from Schmidt, and, well, tell me what you get. We'll go from there.
One success for Cruz.
Can we push this?
If you'd like. Jeez. So many... Oh, there you go. Holy cow.
One for
What about-
Owen
What
O'Connell.
of it? Did I fuck up my push?
Tagar panicked, yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then
so
I got 2 successes.
Tagar's got 0. Cruz has 2. O'Connell has 1. Okay. The two of you who passed, you eventually realize, or perhaps even hear, that Schmidt was released. For those of you who rolled 2, Cruz,
Yeah.
you actually at one point, you see Schmidt being led off by MPs, and you don't see him after that.
Can I go, try to talk to him? Or do they stop me?
You can try, sure.
Yeah, I'll go try.
All right. So there's 4 MPs escorting you, currently, Schmidt. Do you say anything when you see Cruz, running up to you?
Your best friend.
Right? It's fucking... Ugh.
One last boxing match, Cruz.
He's coming to assault me!
Oh.
Stop him!
I turned to one
Let's
of
go to
the
finish the job.
I turned to one of the MPs and asked if I can have a word.
He looks down at his watch. 2 minutes, the colonel's waiting.
Roger that. Cruz,
Sergeant, what the fuck is going on?
reassignment.
To where? You're part of our squad.
Well, I'll be working directly with the general now. Moving up in the world.
Which general?
General Bond.
Oh. Okay. Any idea what kind of work you're doing?
God's work, son.
What did he say?
God's work. No, it's...
I can tell you. Classified, Cruz.
All right. Well, what do you want me to tell the squad? Just reassign?
Just reassignment, unfortunately, decision I made, and I think it's going to work out in my favor.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure working with you. Thanks for giving me guidance all these weeks and months. And I'll stick his hand out for a handshake.
I'll look at his hand for a brief second.
Oh, there we go. Grow.
Awesome.
Don't go snatching shit out of people's hands next time, yeah?
Okay, well, maybe tell the squad when you're doing shady stuff, right?
No.
Okay. I can't promise I won't
Sergeant,
snitch things.
we do need to leave now.
All right. Cruz, you take care.
Yeah, and since he is still a higher rank, I'll give a nice salute. I don't know, good luck in whatever work you've got to do.
Roger that. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Don't give the squad too much hard time.
Excuse you, I won my boxing match.
That is the last you see of Schmidt as he is escorted away, flanked by 4 MPs.
He's not in, like, handcuffs or anything. He's just being led away. Okay.
Yeah, they form like a square around him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go find,
Tagar, apparently you're the last one to hear about this.
Yeah, I'll go find Tagar. Corporal. I just saw Schmidt being led away by MPs. Being reassigned.
Oh, reassigned.
Under General Vaughn.
That's news to me.
Yeah. Well,
I could see discharged, but reassigned.
okay. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from and why you would say that.
I mean, he just came from the brig.
Right. So, okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, good for him, I guess. He's not our problem anymore.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. He's still part of the squad, though.
I mean,
No,
not
no,
anymore.
He was
you're
last
right,
night
yeah.
when we were bowling, but now that he's
Yeah.
gone, we can talk shit about him.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's how that works.
He's not
you-
part of our squad anymore.
Yeah, he's been reassigned, right? Do we know, like, what kind of work General Vaughn is doing or what kind of things he heads off? Or is he just kind of like a general, an upper level general that oversees, like,
Well, first of
aspect?
all, General Vaughn is a she, not a he.
She? My mistake.
General Vaughn is the general that addressed you guys at the start of the campaign when the war broke out. You guys were taken to this very base after Ariarchus was destroyed, and she was the one that was on the holoprojector that gave the speech about
Right.
finding evidence that the UPP is responsible for this, and to help her convince the Security Council to actually declare war on the UPP and not deal with this kind of half-ass skirmishing war.
Oof. I've seen Schmidt in combat.
Okay.
Not bad.
Okay. Great.
I'll catch up with Cruz and Tagar. Yeah, you guys seem like you're in a huff.
Yeah.
Some interesting developments. Like, Sergeant's been reassigned with General Vaughn.
To the general.
Escorted off base. Or off station.
Wasn't he just in the brig?
Yeah.
And just for
I don't make the decisions around here.
for clarity's sake, not only is she a general, she is second in command of the entire Marine Corps. This is her art, if you guys don't recall her. She's a four-star general and second in command to the entire Marine Corps.
Full disclosure, but, the times I've gotten kind of a stern talking to from, the LT and Sergeant Zimborski.
Hey, you remembered. Nice job.
I checked my notes. I didn't remember.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm proud of you.
I got, one time I got a weird message from top brass. It wasn't the general herself, but it was above Casados. Doing the exact opposite.
Do you remember that character's name?
No. The Claw? No, I don't remember the Claw's name.
Dr. Claw was Colonel A.W. Spears.
Yeah, I got a message from Spears.
He's the
Colonel
wound
Spears.
warrior general, right? Okay.
He's a colonel, not a general.
Colonel.
Still high.
Yeah, he given the exact opposite. He almost like you're about to get. He got me. He said I was doing good work. I thought he was gonna fucking. I don't know.
You have been
send
doing
me a
good work.
goddamn bushel of flowers.
I mean, we've been doing good work with the information we've been given.
Well, what I'm saying is, top brass and Casados seem at ends. It doesn't make sense.
A lot of this doesn't make sense.
So run that by me one more time. What was what was that Claw AW? What was he telling you?
He was commending me on the actions I did. This was back when I was struggling with when we saw those UPP civs strapped up, and we found that big black monster, and they were in the
ship.
No, this was back with
Is that the science base?
The sleepers. Where
Yeah.
you guys
this was back when
met
we rescued Nishka.
Okay.
And she told us that they were being strapped up so that they could communicate with the monster or whatever, and I was trying to handle it as best as I knew to do. But yeah, I mean, I got reprimanded by Casados for that, but this Colonel Spears called me too and said I was doing good work. Keep it up. It didn't make sense, and it just kind of, this doesn't make sense either. He was just in the brig. I think we all could probably guess why. I know Weaver doesn't like Schmidt. I don't mind him so much, but now he's going straight to the general.
Deal with it.
No, I'm just saying. I don't mind Schmidt. I like Schmidt. I'm just saying, but he was obviously in the brig. He was facing some kind of punishment, and now he's being halted away to the general like he's some kind of fucking asset. It doesn't make sense to me. That Lieutenant Casados and the general, that they're working two different angles, and they don't seem like they're aligning.
He had said it was like a decision he made.
I mean, it
Sounds
like there's
it was a
different
promotion for him.
It sounds like there's some differing views on how this stuff is supposed to be handled.
Exactly.
We're not getting all the information we need to make sure those missions are properly taken care of.
I'm going to be honest, guys. In my conversations with the lieutenant, she seemed like she's cared about us, her soldiers, but I can't see the
there's
same
stuff she doesn't. There's stuff she
right?
doesn't know. There's stuff she doesn't know, and she's not.
Right. So I'd like if she
being
doesn't
left
know
out.
it, it might be because they're cutting her out of that information.
But who has it?
The big picture is, I've always trusted command. All right, I've always followed orders. I may have lost my temper in the past before. That's gotten me in some trouble, but as I said, I believe in the chain of command. And now, I'm just saying, maybe when we get our orders for a mission, we might need to start evaluating it from different perspectives.
All right.
To stay alive.
We need to ask more
So let's-
questions.
Let's do this. Next mission we get, before we head out, let's touch base, make sure we're on the same page. I don't want to go into another mission unprepared.
Yeah.
We got to have each other's backs because nobody else has our backs.
Yeah. We should
Well,
probably
you guys-
start doing some training with the a replacement for Schmidt, right? Reed?
While you guys are
Is it
having
going
this
tournament?
conversation, Weaver walks by and sees you guys talking. She can tell it looks like it's a serious conversation. She walks by and she's like, "Who died?"
Fuck, Sergeant got pulled off on another mission. Pulled out of the brig.
He got escorted out like he was fucking royalty, Weaver.
What?
Yeah.
Somebody's not telling us shit.
He got reassigned to the General Vaughn. Directly under her. So,
She looks at you, Tagar. She's like, "You think something's up now?" Was that a fucking ghost that just flew by your camera? What happened?
My whole like
Like turned black for a
just like-
second. Yeah.
yeah, everything just like flashed. I don't know what happened.
ooh,
Brown out.
it's October.
Spooky but
You know,
Texas happened.
I trust all of you. All right, that's what counts. All right, we all have to trust each other. That's kind of what I was talking about earlier when you were saying you didn't like Schmidt, Weaver. Like, we gotta all trust each other in the squad, because at this point, that's all we got as far as I'm seeing. Something.
She's like, that's what I
Command
fucking said last night. If I didn't make it clear, I trust you guys. Absolutely. It's like Tagar saved my ass back at the mine. Cruz put his ass on the line to fucking one-man army, those UPP that were marching up the mountain. And she looks to you. I mean, you guys really haven't had a whole lot of like interaction. She's like, "You've never steered me wrong, O'Connell."
I mean, you were trying to help me out when I was going through issues. You know, I appreciate that. I mean, let me be clear what I'm saying. I'm saying squad above all else. Right?
Right.
We get fishy orders. We gotta trust each other first.
We
Yeah.
gotta check in.
And he
For
puts
sure.
his
Sure,
fist
we're
out.
good.
Oh yeah, she puts her hand on top of your fist. Are we having a moment?
Cruz, being younger, does whatever his generation does for that, like an elbow or something. Like,
Hell
yeah, that's
yeah.
what we do nowadays.
Cerberus
Music
squad.
starts blasting in the background.
Yeah, you guys all jump and freeze frame.
Yeah.
Cerberus squad.
Executed for crimes against UA
Yeah,
government.
traitors.
It's like,
Yeah. Okay. Well, then, after all that, we get to Eric's time in the principal's office.
Jesus.
So this should be the last deafening for tonight. So
Then I get to
Yeah.
fight something.
And I am not deafening myself. Okay, I'm already deafening. Okay, whatever.
okay.
No, I can still hear you.
I can hear
Oh,
you.
never mind.
All right. Okay. All right. So, you're brought into you're brought in to her office.
Yep.
And
Yes, ma'am.
as you take a seat, she says, "I'm sure you've at this point you've heard about the sergeant."
Yes, ma'am. It's been quite the talk since Cruz got to speak with him. On his way out, trying to understand, what are goals here if he's being moved from the brig to special assignment.
She's like, "I wish I had an answer for that, Corporal, but I don't." It looks like she's contemplating for what feels like minutes. Maybe it's just about 60 seconds. Silence. She's kind of looking at
What-
you.
What do you want our path forward to be if, I felt we performed to your expectations? The last mission wasn't great. I'll give you that. But we followed orders. and it seems when he fights those orders, he's rewarded. Or, maybe I'm misunderstanding the situation.
She actually stands up and she starts to pace a bit back and forth behind the desk. Slowly, not like paranoid, but clearly something's heavy on her mind, and you can see she's obviously struggling with something. She stops, she says, Tagar, you're a good soldier. You're a good man. That's why I promoted you. Your squad seems to trust you. Never really get into any serious trouble. I think you're in this for the right reasons.
And I want them to trust me, and at this point I think it's harder to understand where to lay that trust with some of these missions and information holes that we've gotten so far.
She looks you straight in the eye. She's got her arms crossed. She says, "Can I trust you, Corporal?"
Yes, ma'am.
And you see she looks down for a moment, and she reaches into her desk and she pulls out a PDAT, and she's kind of holding it. It's like it's a tablet, right? So she's kind of holding like this, and she kind of shakes her head. She says something in Spanish that you don't understand. You're guessing it's like a swear or something. You hear her do it every now and then. She kind of slips back into Spanish when she's angry or upset, and she puts it on the table, and then she turns it with her one hand, and she pushes it towards you.
Pick it up and read it.
Okay.
Watch it.
It's a message to read. Would you like to read it, or do you want me to read it?
You can read it.
Okay. So you read a message, and it's a little lengthy, but it says, "Command, I am pleased to report that our trial phase is nearing completion. Initial tests reveal that the MOX units, that's MOX, are performing above expectations in full combat situations. The suits have proven to be more than capable of dealing with all manner of opponents, including XX-121 specimens. The sheer amount of firepower, coupled with the acid-resistant exoskeleton of the suit, has shown that even a single MOX can effectively deal with a swarm. While still weak to anti-armor weapons, the xenomorphs possess no such specialized weaponry, and as such, the MOX excels in combat situations against them. True, a single MOX can still be overwhelmed by a large enough swarm, and a queen would still prove a formidable opponent, but just one unit deployed results in at least 78.9% likelihood of countering the alien threat. Were more than one MOX to be sent into a single engagement, the results would be devastating, to say the least. I know there's still concern about friendly fire incidents, but let's be honest, this has always been an unfortunate circumstance of war. We've all known for some time that subjects installed into a MOX unit tend to show heightened tendencies of aggression and violence, and often cannot distinguish between friend and foe once the battle begins. But wasn't the whole point of the program to create an unstoppable killing machine that could deter the alien threat? In that regards, I must say that we have succeeded. We still have the injection system in place that allows the mission commander to subdue the subject once the task is complete, and we are further refining the drugs used to bring the subject back into a docile state. We have also begun development on a more permanent explosive detonation system should the unit become completely uncontrolled. Death of the subject is more often likely than destruction of the suit itself, and since expenses for the MOX still remain considerable, we are continuing to develop new retrieval methods should one be lost in the field. Even so, their potential cannot be overstated, and I believe this potential far outweighs any risks to collateral damage should one be deployed. We still strongly recommend and strive to one day attach a Mox to each Marine squad, but advise that they be used only as a last resort when the complete destruction of the enemy is required, or in the case of a xenomorphic outbreak. Test subjects from Skyfire down have proven a useful asset that no one will miss. Candidates with pre-existing violent tendencies have shown to be the most resilient in regards to life expectancy, but we believe it is time to start testing trained soldiers once again. We recommend beginning with candidates from the AW program, as since the program has been phased out, these subjects could also be considered more expendable than a regular enlisted soldier. With no families to speak of, any losses would be easy to explain. The bioengineered disposition of an AW soldier also suggests they will be excellent candidates for the program, and given their superior resilience to the average human, we anticipate much longer life expectancy once integrated with the suit. The time is now. We believe the Berserker project has outgrown the initial trial and testing phase and is ready for field deployment. I trust this report will convince you all the same. Signed, Lyndon Spencer, Civilian Advisor and Corporate Liaison, Hyperdyne Corporation. And you see the message is addressed to several individuals whose names your character would probably recognize. You definitely recognize General Peter Horton. He is the commander of the Colonial Marines Engineering Corps. You see General Vaughn is listed. A Colonel Olivia Shipp. You might not recognize her name. Colonel Spears. And a Major Thomas McCain.
Have I heard anything about... Have I heard the term Mox or Xenomorph before?
You have not heard the term Mox. I don't know if you heard the term Xenomorph. I don't think you have at this point.
All right.
Not in the sense of this. Like, obviously, Xenomorph is a regular term for an alien, which you guys have encountered alien life. But in this, it seems to be specifying something specific, which you've never heard of.
Okay. Yeah, because it specifically called out, like, Queen and stuff.
Yes. And when you're done reading it, she says, that is the message your squad was sent to retrieve.
How much of this makes sense to you? Because these are new terms to me.
None of it. The only things I recognize in there are those names. I've never personally met Colonel Shipp, but I've heard of her.
Were you briefed into this program?
No. I was told not to read this message.
This is a lot.
So I ask you again, can I trust you?
Absolutely, ma'am.
We're on the same side here, Tagar. Something rotten is going on.
Something bigger than us.
My orders to put Schmidt in the brig were overridden less than 2 days later. General Spears himself went and visited him in that cell. And now he's been reassigned.
I mean, there's nothing we can do about Schmidt now.
No, good riddance. But who knows what we're going to have him be doing now.
I mean, he gets put in this Mox program and could be a death sentence.
I actually hadn't even considered that. He's not an AW soldier, though. This suggests that's what they're going to try to use.
But he's aggressive and expendable.
maybe.
Wow.
She does point out, if you've never heard of it, she says, do you know what Skyfire Down is?
I don't believe I've heard that.
She says that's a military detentional facility. I think they're using human test subjects.
I mean, we found those human test subjects in that ship we went after.
And you see, like, she actually maybe hadn't considered that, and there's like a look of genuine like shock and like, how did I miss that on her face? Those people, they were probably prisoners from the facility. And she says
Their
something again in
wardrobes would
Spanish.
suggest that.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Their wardrobes would suggest that. They were dressed as such. We didn't know what to make of it then. We're gonna have to be more on alert in these coming months. Missions.
Agreed. She says, I'll see what I can find out, but I may have to dance cautiously here.
As will we with the our next assignments. We'll get the information we can. I'll keep my Marines safe.
All right, you do that. She says, I haven't shared this with anyone else yet, Tagar. I'm not sure who else I can trust around here. I trust Roy, but, you know, he's built by the company, so...
Only as far as you can throw them.
All right. We're out of here in a day or two. They said the refit should be finished, so... Not sure where we're going next, but be ready.
All right. I think the leave was needed, and the Marines will be ready to go.
All right.
I'll check in on them and make sure we're prepared.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get your new guy up to speed fast. So, all right. As you were.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're back. We are back with the squad. Nothing to see here, folks.
Nothing.
Do we see
No
Tagar
cheating on
out
Twitch either.
sweating bullets?
Give me observation rolls, you two. Let's see if you catch wind of this meeting or not.
Nope.
Man, you guys are rough.
Well,
You need more training.
I removed my stress from the previous situation, but yeah, I only have 2 wits. I can't do much with that.
You can roll your stress if you'd like.
It's
Yeah.
6.
Hey.
1 success.
Very nice.
So you probably see him coming out of the... I don't see any successes.
Well, I rolled the stress as a separate dice, the d6.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, wow. Wow, nice roll.
All right.
Yeah, you probably see him leaving her office. I don't know. What does Tagar look like after that conversation when he comes out?
Maybe a little stressed, more like
Crying
very
in the
like
fetal
in
position?
my head. Kind of like in my head, like, you know, trying to like think, which is not my strong suit.
Yeah, he'll walk
I-
up
again,
to
like-
Tagar.
Cranking open an energy drink and just like trying to get my heart to explode.
I was gonna say,
Touchdown.
his heart explodes right there.
I immediately give him CPR
Roll the
by
dice, high or
pushing
low.
my hands
Yeah.
into his
Yeah.
chest and manually pushing his heart.
It exploded.
Mouth to mouth, right?
There is no heart.
Yeah, mouth to mouth. Well, listen, there's still pieces in his chest. We can put them together. We have the technology.
Now's my chance. I can kiss him.
Finally, what I've been waiting for.
Sergeant, don't die on me.
Sergeant F / Private First Class fan fiction immediately written.
Nice.
So yeah, I'll walk up to the corporal and be like, "Hey, Tagar, what's up? Looking a little stressed as you pound that Bang energy drink."
Is that the name we're calling it? Bang Energy? I like that.
No,
Bang
it's
is an
Rippets.
actual energy
Oh,
drink.
it is? Oh.
It is.
No, the military one is Rippets.
Oh my god, Ribbit.
Rippets? Never heard of that. Okay.
Rip. It's
Amazing.
I just like R.I.P. That'll be our drink. The R.I.P.
Yeah, that's great.
leave it on
for
my
the
tombstone.
squad.
There's a lot to think about going into these exhibitions. Fantic's a little concerned. The sergeant stuff is a little unexpected. So I'm gonna need some time to figure this out, but we gotta have each other's backs moving forward, more so than we were.
Okay.
Train together, work together,
Sleep together.
watch each other's backs.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to trade warmth to keep each other alive. Scaarr.
We already got
Yeah.
past the empty mine. You guys don't have to worry about that scenario.
Listen, if we find ourselves on a cold ship, sometimes things happen.
No.
Yeah.
Can love bloom on
body
the
heat.
battlefield?
It
Yeah,
can.
it's easier to transfer body heat if you take all your clothes off. It's science.
Right. Skin to skin is the safest way to
Oh my
survive.
god. Moving on. Jesus
And,
Christ.
in our sleeping bags,
Oh, don't.
sometimes it's better.
They have a number of different zippers. They can all be zipped
Oh
together.
my God. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I'll let you guys get this out of your system real quick. Jesus Christ.
So, how many soldiers can fit in one sleeping bag is a real question.
If
Under
you're
the
really
stars,
tight,
it's very
probably
romantic.
2 or 3.
Tight is the
Yeah.
wrong word in this situation.
If you're very well situated into each other's bodies, we could probably get 3 people into a sleeping bag, Like,
Probably get really sweaty,
Okay.
well, that's the point. You want to build sweat to build heat.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Be easier to get out of the sleeping bag if you're all wet too.
right. Lubrication. It helps for other aspects.
I'll stop.
I'm not gonna stop. If you keep going, I will keep going. Oh, great. Yeah, let's focus back up
I'm
on
not gonna explain sleeping under the stars. Like, I'm just not gonna do it.
I
I'm not
brushed
there,
Tagar's
so
hair
yeah,
back
this
behind
is
his ear.
all. This is Cruz and Tagar having this conversation, really.
Yeah, it's a very serious conversation. What did you say seriously, Tagar, right before we had this offshoot of homoeroticism?
We're just gonna look out for each other,
Yeah,
You guys see something, say something.
yeah, for sure.
Lieutenant's a little bugged out, especially with his Sergeant Schmidt stuff. So we're gonna,
Yeah.
report as much as we can. But it's right now it's hard to know like who we can trust.
The only ones I really trust are you guys. Yeah, of the squad. So keep doing what we can. Ask questions. and look for anything suspicious, I guess. Just gotta be
So, things
really
have been
aware
weird.
of changes, because it seems like every time we go out, something bad, really bad happens, right?
Something weird.
I would like to not be in the med bay again, coming back from next mission if I could, but it seems like I'm healing quicker than normal over the last couple missions, so that's good.
Well, let's keep that up. Let's keep you out of the med bay next time.
Yeah, I would really like that. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get you some more armor.
Might help. Might help. I feel like the armor I was wearing was okay. It's just some guy threw a fucking firebomb and it just did not go well. I'll dodge next time. I know I can do it.
All right. Well, we'll keep training and we'll see if we can make it
Yeah.
safer next time.
If you need to talk to the squad, just bring us together. We'll talk. We don't want you going through all this by yourself.
Yeah, we gotta have a squad meeting with the newbie, anyways.
Oh yeah, Reed. He bowled like shit.
The NFG, the new fucking guy.
I don't know if we can trust him.
FNG, fucking new guy.
Yeah. It's I might not be a bad time to meet him before our next mission, right?
Yeah, before we get called off leave. Pull them all together. You want to collect them?
Yeah, I'll go grab everyone.
We'll
meet at,
we'll
like,
meet
the,
at the bowling alley.
You want to meet at the bowling alley? Where you
I
all
mean, that's
lost
your
money
place,
to me?
right?
Yeah, I'm good to go there because you all lost money to me, but whatever. I thought maybe we'd meet at like the range and see how he is.
That's not that's not where you first meet. Don't put him on the spot.
Okay,
He's a smart. He's a smart gunner, right?
I don't know. I
He
didn't
can't-
ask him.
If he can't shoot at the range, we got bigger problems.
Does he even actually shoot, or is it the gun that shoots?
I don't understand that shit.
It's the
I'm not a
reason- reason
contact
they
marine.
call it
That
a
is a
smart gun.
philosophical question.
Right, this is a valid question. Like,
I don't
does he
have any
actually
ranks
shoot,
in
or-
Comtech.
Do guns kill people or do people kill people?
I throw my gun on the table and tell it to kill Schmidt. It does nothing.
Well, that's because
Yeah.
that's not the smart gun.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I'll go grab everyone. We'll meet at the bowling alley.
Does everyone include Weaver and Herschel or any of your backup characters?
If he doesn't tell me otherwise, I grab everyone in our section.
Okay.
Everyone.
Including Staff Sergeant Zimborski?
Is he in our section?
He's your commanding officer.
No. We don't.
The squad.
It goes
don't
you guys, Tagar,
Yeah.
Zimborski, the LT.
I would grab
We-
like everyone under Tagar.
Yeah, we handle things at the lowest level possible.
Okay. So do you bring
Like-
the backup characters though? And Weaver and Herschel?
Definitely Weaver Herschel.
Okay.
My backup character is a synth, so I don't know if you really care to include that one.
Immediate squad. Grab the immediate squad.
Okay.
Immediate-
Weaver and
squad.
Herschel work.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's the four of you, Adam's new character, plus Weaver and Herschel. There's 6 of you. Okay.
All right, Marines. There's gonna be some information, some scuttlebutt going around about Sergeant Schmidt, what happened to him. What happens. All I know is he's out, and we gotta watch each other's backs. These missions have been kind of strange. Feels like we don't always have the information we need. So if you guys have questions, make sure to ask them. I'm not gonna shit on you if, you got a question I didn't think of.
Weaver says, I will.
You know, we don't kink shame here. You know, whatever you're up, whatever. We got to make sure we get the information. So if you guys got a question, I don't remember, fucking ask it. We can't go in these missions blindsided, and we are the only ones out in the field with each other. If you want to make it home, you got to look to your left and look to your right and find your reason to make it home, and help that Marine make it home as well.
You know, I, for one, think that in the future, if we encounter anybody who is directly associated with Weyland-Yutani, should be treated as a fucking enemy.
There's been too many. I mean, there's been too many missions we've given them the benefit of the doubt, and we got it fucked.
Weaver says, "What about that Ishigara guy? He's Wei-Yu, ain't he?"
Something like that.
Who's really interacted with him too much? It was probably just, Ogata, right? Being the medic of the situation.
No,
We all trust each other, right? Like, we've
I'm
established
asking the
that,
group.
we need to make sure that no more secrets are in the squad. We know that something's going on, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We can't
I've been
keep
in
secrets from each
contact
other.
with him.
We can't keep secrets from each other. Like, Sergeant Schmidt was doing stuff behind our backs. We didn't know about it. And when it came down to it, we got screwed because of it.
Yeah.
So, you guys be open with me. I'll be open with you when I can. We'll get information from Lieutenant, Staff Sergeant, whatever it is. And we'll go into these missions better prepared.
Yeah.
Make sure that you have the equipment you need. Make sure you have the training you need. And let's get this shit done. Let's go. I'll go home at the end of the day.
Weaver's got her foot up on like a chair, and she's leaning over it. You know, her arms are across her knee. She's kind of leaning forward. She says, "What about him?" And she points to Reed.
We're gonna do OJT, on the job training. We're gonna get him ready to go, and make sure he's up to speed. You've been trained, right?
Interject, please.
That's your voice?
That is not how you talk. I don't know why you... We're having a serious conversation over here.
I love that so much.
If that is your voice, I'm going to kill your character because there will not be a Sergeant Gary Part 2. Okay?
How dare you? Sergeant Gary is one of your favorite NPCs.
This is my voice.
Sergeant Gary.
What are you, like the 17-year-old? Like my parents signed my enlistment papers?
Yeah.
I love it. Please continue.
No, do not.
Do not encourage that.
Don't.
All right. Well, you know, if I must say, you know, I would just first off want to say, you know, thank you for letting me join you guys' squad here. You know, some may say it's a good thing Schmidt's gone because now I could be part of, you know, your guys' squad. Have some actual fun out there. I mean, hearing you guys fighting fucking aliens and shit, like, what the fuck is that all about? But, not only that, but, you know, back in my old squad, we used to call Tagar, you know, we called him the tank. Like, he's the fucking tank. So, I'm gonna be part of the tank squad here. I'm excited.
Yeah, no, that's accurate.
You see Weaver rolls her eyes so hard.
None of Adam's characters can talk to Weaver. What's going on?
She's just like, oh, for fuck's sakes.
We got a super fan here.
Clearly, yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
guess
you know, some people would call him the Machine.
Do they now?
Well, he lives up to the hype.
All right. Fuck off, guys. Look. Yes, we got a new guy. Keep your eye on him. Reed, welcome to the squad. We'll get you spun up.
Yes, sir.
You're in for a hell of a ride, rookie. I guess you'd say newbie because you're not a rookie. So
Yeah.
What is Reed's actual
Private first class.
Oh, okay. I'm not the bottom rung anymore.
I actually need to change Adam's stuff here. Let me change this really quick in PFC. What's your character's first name? Victor?
Victor Reed.
Reed. Okay. Just rearrange that really quick. Nice. Love it. Is
Sure, you want me to talk like this?
Yeah, Mickey Mouse, I'm sure.
Well, my name is Reed. I should go.
Does this mean we get mouse get wolves?
Yeah. Is your character all made at this point?
I think the only thing we don't have is, like the first time events that you kind of get that bonus with.
Okay.
I think that's about it. I'm kind of been filling in things here and there where you guys were doing your private discussion.
Awesome. Well, thank you for doing that on the side. Excellent. Yeah, it looks like he's pretty much finished. Well, we can roll that really quick while we finish up here tonight. Go to rollable tables. Is it under roll? Hold on. Where is it?
If it is, it's not there.
I've reorganized everything a little bit here, so let's see. Military? No, that's not it. Frontier War. Here we go. Alright. Okay, I'll just, I don't think you guys have access to this one, so I'll just roll it for you.
Okay.
Your Mao trained for Operation Crossbow, a secret attempt to seize a UPP space station. Gain the 0G training talent. The op never took place, or if it did, your platoon did not participate in it. That actually makes a little bit of sense, because that is a talent that, or what's his name? Sergeant Green has the same event. So, you guys were probably in the same platoon when that training took place. And your platoon was never sent on that mission. So, hey, you get a free talent. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And zero gravity, yeah? No. Zero G.
It's kind of a very specific talent, but it's nice to have it, and you didn't spend any XP on it, so I'll take it.
It's basically worth 10 XP at this point.
Oh my god, I just saw your description on your character sheet. Guess what? 5'7" short king with high-pitched voice.
Please. Oh yeah, there's the high-pitched voice.
No, do not.
I'll change that to just short king.
You will not, and I'll tell you why. Because there have been podcasts I've listened to where some player does some stupid shit like that and it ruins the whole show. Because after one session, it's annoying as shit and I'd rather shove bamboo shoots under my fingernails. So don't fucking do it, please.
Damn bamboo shoots.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not funny. It's not cute. It's fucking obnoxious. So don't fucking do it. Okay?
You got it.
Yes, mother.
Good. All right.
Yes, my game mother.
My queen. I also accept my queen. Okay.
My game queen.
My game queen. Is there anything else you guys discuss before we move it along?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
I will, unfortunately, excluding Reed for the moment until we know what Reed's about.
Okay.
And Weaver, just the other three. So
not Herschel then, just Weaver.
Not Herschel. No, Herschel doesn't matter.
Wow.
Damn
Ooh.
sins don't matter.
Fucking rude.
What a hater.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got experience. All right, it's experience with this kind of thing.
Take it down there, Ripley.
Oh. never told me there's gonna. Anyway, all right. So, since we're all being honest, I've been in contact with somebody who's in the know with Wayu, former field medic that's been doing some work for them that so far has been trustworthy. They've been giving me enough insight that leads me to the suspicions of I mean, I already knew the company, like, it, you know, hired a bunch of scumbags, but the extent of it is going pretty deep. So,
When did it start?
well, it started after it's Ishigara from the mining mission.
Oh,
Mining mission.
Weaver's eyebrows kind of go up at that.
so what kind of things have you shared with Ishigara?
We're just exchanging kind of things we've come across, you know, things that seem odd. He thinks something's up with what the company's doing, and just kind of asked what we've encountered, and he's sharing me what he's heard and seen that they're cooking up.
Okay. Kind of gotta ask, right? Did you tell him about us going to Denali Station?
Actually, yeah, I think that was what we briefly discussed, Chris, right?
I meant to ask you this earlier because you haven't talked to him for like a mission or two now, but you had mentioned maybe talking to him about what happened at Denali Station.
Yeah, and with the Glory of the Proletariat. So I think I brought him up.
The last time you talked to him was after Project Marana.
Yeah, so I think I brought him up to date since.
Okay, so basically you've told him, like, hey, here's what happened at the Glory, and here's what happened at Denali Station, WTF.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
yeah,
well,
actually just updated him, and
he would have responded, which might be prevalent now that you guys are discussing this. He doesn't have any information about Denali Station at this point, because that just happened. But he does respond to you about the mission going to recover the Glory. And in his message, he says he recognizes Keith Gannon's name. And he points it out, and you guys realize that you should have recognized it as well, and you all totally forgot. Keith Gannon is the name of the person who sent the orders to Mystery back at the mine to secure the urns and the samples.
motherfucker.
Fucking shit.
So yeah.
I was so hoping you guys would have put it together, but you did. I'm like, this is too good. It's gonna come back, and they're gonna be like,
I've like.
Okay, hold on.
Just
I'm
stop
looking in my
drinking
notes
during
for that
game
name right the fuck now.
Now I will go back and say I know specifically. I believe Sergeant Schmidt had uncovered that bit of data. I don't recall if it was shared. I think it was, but I know if it was shared, it was very like, okay, it was sent by some dude named Keith Gannon. Who the fuck's that? So.
Okay. So, I haven't gotten a response about the whole commando encounter, but I did get an interesting bit of information that was about that wreckage with all the cryotube people. That motherfucking Gannon, yeah. That motherfucking Gannon was the same one that sent orders to Mystery at the mining colony.
I don't have any notes for the first mission, so I'm fucked there, so...
Yeah, he's
you
the
remember,
one
you remember who
recovered
Mystery
the
is,
fucking
right?
little urns.
Yeah, I remember Mystery.
The best named NPC in this game so far.
Right.
The one O'Connell executed.
It was a mercy kill.
Mercy kill. We agreed it was a mercy kill, yes.
Which is different from what Sergeant Schmidt did.
Thank you. Thank
Very
you very
different,
much.
actually.
Yes.
Because that
was a war crime.
Literally, in
Just
a
gonna put
world
that
where
out
we
there.
don't actually have war crimes, it was classified as a war crime.
Nuclear.
But yeah, you know, he's the one from Wayu that told Mystery to get those urns. So he was in the know, and he knew way fucking more than he was leading on. He wasn't just some insurance assessment goon.
And Ganon was the guy you guys met on your Blaze of Glory mission?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed a hell of a fight.
Yeah, well, shit-ass foot, unfortunately.
Yeah, he claimed it was a Wayu insurance rep sent to check on the damage of the ship and determine what happened for part of the insurance claim.
Okay.
Fucking Ganon.
But I just, you know, it didn't sit well with me not to share that I've been doing my best to encrypt it, make sure that no other eyes see it. I can't guarantee it, but I've been trying to be tactful with the information I do give, that it's not like, you know, top secret type stuff.
Yeah.
Look, and that, like, I understand that, like, there are things we're not gonna share outright based on need to know. But we need to make sure we're going in safe. Right?
Yeah.
We're not going to keep information from each other that's going to cause us to get injured on the way there.
That was my
So-
intention. Maybe we might get an edge to save some lives, our lives, you know. I don't know.
Yeah. Alright, well, if you hear anything else, let us know. At this point, sharing information is what we need to be doing.
Yeah.
You know, let's see what our next mission is. Prep your gear, prep yourselves. You know, send those messages home.
Sure.
I just realized your whole squad now is PFC's Corporal.
Ah,
A recently promoted PFC.
that's not better.
It's probably
It's
worse.
mandatory 6 months.
Yeah, my mandatory 6-month promotion came in. They said that I didn't do anything wrong or broke any policies.
Text message goes off on your in your pocket in the family chat.
I open it.
It's more arguing about that very subject.
Well, I'm gonna go have a cigarette, you know, and chastise onto a squad member. Hey, Reed, you smoke?
Only cigars.
On
Son of a bitch.
PFC salary? How?
You want their Swisher sweets?
Oh, I used to sell Swisher sweets. That's so bad. Cruz would go up to Reed like, "Hey, smart gunner, want to do some training together?"
Sure.
Yeah, fucking hit the range in the next couple days.
Sounds good to me. I could use a little warm up.
Yeah.
Why don't you each give me a ranged combat roll with your primary weapon and see how that goes? This brings me back to our 2nd edition Warhammer themed D&D campaign where Vito and I used to have little practice fights between each mission.
Oh no, he beat me. Are we allowed to push?
Sure.
You got a lot more dice though. More dice.
Oh, it's a tie.
Wow, look at that. Okay, you both shredded at the range.
And you better remember that when we actually get into combat.
No, I'm not going to do that. Scaarr knows what I roll like when I'm actually in the important stuff.
Yeah.
Right there
He's-
with you, bud. Honestly.
He's seen me a couple times now. It's not good.
Drop item, drop item, drop
You're-
I mean, if it...
It's low all over
Hey, you
again.
made work in that jalopy the other night, okay?
The
I
one
don't know why I'm
time.
talking like O'Connell still, but yeah, you made good work in that jalopy.
Yeah. But as Bunnilla mentioned, drop item.
Yeah, get straps for all of your items. Even the
Yeah,
tiny
everything
ones.
is duct taped onto me.
Yep.
That's
Alright.
something that would actually happen too.
So, eventually, you guys go back into cryo. The Tamb'itam sets off for its next mission.
So, before Cruz goes into cryo, he would try to reach out to his cousin, the Secretary of Defense.
Wow.
Just see if she could
Just gonna
reach
lay that
to-
out there. I'm cousins with the Secretary of Defense.
I mean, obviously, everybody apparently fucking knows it because Halifax was roasting my balls for
I
it.
mean, it's the only reason you got rank, so.
Yeah. Not everybody gets PFC, you know?
In 6 months, yeah, everybody does. Actually, it's mandatory.
Alright, you got in like 5 months, 28 days, okay? Get over it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, just win your next competition against second section sergeant. You lost the basketball.
That's
match
true.
or whatever.
Yeah, the basketball game. Okay. Yeah, what do you, voice message, text, video?
Just a once I know when we're going to cryo sleep and when we would eventually wake up, just a message like,
You don't know when you're going to wake up because you haven't been told if you're being sent on a mission yet or not, but the ship is going back out at this point. Its refit is done.
oh, so we don't know when we go into cryo sleep if we're going to be woken up.
At this point, no, it doesn't sound like there's a mission on hand. It's just like the ship's going to go back, or the second section might have a mission that they're going to go to first, and they don't really tell you guys that because you'll just be in cryo anyway. So
Okay. Yeah, I would send I guess like a email message or whatever, digital message like, there's something I need to talk to you about, something weird's going on. If we can communicate when you're available, that would be good.
Okay. Send. Email sound. Okay.
You've got mail.
You
Oh my gosh.
go back in. It probably is that in this year. You go back into cryo, and eventually, sometime later, you're not sure how long, you guys are awoken. And when you are awoken, it is not a pleasurable experience. There are alarms going off. There are flashing lights. The ship is shaking rather violently. And as you guys are pulled out of cryo, all of you are hit with this wave of nausea, splitting headaches, the urge to vomit, disorientation, and perhaps even a nosebleed.
Like me in real life.
I need you to all give me a stamina test at -3.
God.
Oh, cool.
That's gonna be rough.
Yeah, I think I got 1 dice now.
I was gonna say, do I have any dice after that?
Also, you guys won't have any stress at this point. Your stress would be gone.
reroll
I'm
that, then.
gonna roll a stress to see if I can get that. Nope, that's not my word.
No, I do still have dice. Yeah, okay.
Nothing
I'm
for,
okay with that.
for Alex.
Okay.
I got a
Looking at my
success.
one die.
I don't. Hold on, let me redo mine, because I don't think it did the -3 when I put it in.
I was gonna say you got a lot of dice there for -3.
Yeah, do you have 10 dice in your stamina?
It's my best stat, bro. It's 5/5. I rolled 10 dice. I'm awesome.
That's what I was
I
expecting.
put all my
Halifax
skill
to have in
points
combat.
There
into
it is.
stamina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's still good. Can you
Wow.
give
Yeah,
someone
but
to
it's
a homie?
strength. So,
No, you cannot assist somebody on, unfortunately,
Oh,
because this is
weak.
your body reacting.
Yeah.
Okay, so for those of you that pass, you've never felt anything like this coming out of cryo before. Something is definitely wrong or different. For those of you that failed, which was who? O'Connell and Cruz?
Cruz, yeah.
All right. Cruz, you immediately start vomiting. You have never felt so sick and disoriented in all your life. It is the worst feeling you've ever had. O'Connell, you wake up, and the second you get up, your head is like swimming, and you look down, and you can see that there is a nice stream of blood coming from your nose all down the front of your like white, your sleeveless or your t-shirt that you wear when you're in cryo, right? As this is happening, Roy comes into the room and he says, Marines, this is not a drill. I have a priority message from the lieutenant. And you see a screen comes up on the side of the wall, and you see Lieutenant Casados awake. You see it looks like she has a black eye. Looks like she took some sort of hit. There's blood coming out the corner of her mouth, and she's like holding like a bandage to the side of her head. She says, Cerberus squad, you're still FTL. I repeat, we are still FTL. You're not going back in the freezers. The Nisadora colony's under attack by the UPP. I need you ready immediately to drop. We are dropping into an active war zone the second we get out of FTL. Get your asses moving.
Hell yeah.
All right, Marines, gear up.
And yeah, you guys realize then the reason the ship is shaking so violently is you guys are still in FTL. And there's one last thing you have to do when you are awake in FTL, and you have to roll for the neurological disorders from Heart of Darkness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which one is it? Okay. Let me get the rules here, because this is a little weird how it works. Because normally this is bad the longer you're in FTL, so the odds of it doing any sort of permanent damage are fairly low when you come right out. Page 151. But there's still a chance if you roll high enough that you might get some ill effect. Okay. I need you to each roll a d6. At this point, it's only if you roll a 6 that something bad will happen as far as an effect. The dice knocked it!
Cruz gets a 6.
Cruz!
Damn it, Cruz.
So,
It's my first time, Corporal!
this fucks with your mind. You are suffering from paranoia. You become convinced that someone or something on board the ship is out to get you. This effect, which lasts until the FTL travel ends, should be role-played. It probably lasts a little bit longer while you're in the beginning of the mission. So we'll just say it'll affect you for a session.
I would say since Reed is the newest person in the squad, I'm super suspicious of Reed.
Okay.
Poor Adam.
I dig it. I dig it. However, there is something worse
Sorry, Adam.
that happens.
Oh, fuck.
When you are awoken from FTL in such a abrupt, violent manner, you actually can suffer and potentially die from this. You suffer an attack of 6 basic dice. Should you be broken by this damage, you must make a death roll every turn.
It's 6 dice?
Yes. So
Okay.
I will...
You have to roll really, really well to kill me.
Okay.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
All right. Cruz?
This has to be public, though.
It is public. It is public.
Oh, okay.
And by public, I mean I rolled 6 sixes, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay. We'll start with the newest man on the totem pole, Reed.
Alright.
2 6s. 2 points of damage. You are also probably bleeding from the ears and the eyes. It's not great. Cruz. No successes. You are fine.
Spit out a little bit of blood. Wet my
O'Connell,
mouth.
Don't do
2
it.
damage as well. And Corporal. Nothing. It's indestructible.
Unstoppable.
I can't even kill him when he's asleep.
Yeah.
Sleeping like a baby.
So, look at that. We're 1 minute from calling time here. Perfect. Perfect timing. So, you start rushing towards the ready room where your gear is. Roy
With my knives, because I sleep with them.
Roy is keeping up with you. The ship is rocking violently. And next week, we are diving straight into Operation Go Fish. Get ready. That's all we got for you, folks. I hope you've enjoyed tonight. Very heavy roleplay. Our first all roleplay session, but man, that was fucking awesome. A lot of details coming out here. Yeah.
Did you know that ADHD Knox, Freegum, Red Duke, Karth all followed tonight, and that Bunnilla and Freegum also subbed tonight?
I did. I'm looking now. I see Red Duke. Sorry I missed you guys. Karth, thank you guys so much. Well, thank you all, man. This that makes me feel real good, man. Thank you. It's I was a little nervous tonight. I wasn't expecting a big turnout, obviously, but man, one person is enough to get us started. So I really appreciate it, guys. That means a lot. Bunnilla, thank you as well. Eric, everybody for the subs, the follows. Gifts, whatever those are. Scaarr supposed to explain some of this stuff to me. So, it's the start of something beautiful. We got a lot more planned for you. We're just about halfway through the Frontier War here, and we got plenty more after that. And we're going to have lots of shows coming out for you. So, stick with us. We'll be live streaming every Saturday for Alien. Eventually, the other shows will catch up. We'll have live streams there as well. And be sure to check us out every other Monday night. The next 2 Monday nights, it's Aaron this week is running a game called Hollows. Weird sort of dark fantasy RPG one-shot for Halloween. And then Scaarr will be back the following week for another one-shot doing Lancer, basically the mech Gundam Wig style RPG. See if the gang likes that before we decide on an actual campaign. We're recording our monthly episode for the Patreon game, Drowned Dragon, on Friday night next week. And then the week of Halloween night, live stream. We're going to attempt this in person at my place. Sean, Matt, and some other friends are going to join me for an in-person game of Dread, one of the greatest RPGs ever made. It's a game that uses a Jenga tower instead of dice. And people die all the fucking time, and it's awesome. So
fun.
We're going to be testing that next week, and hopefully we'll be ready for it. So we are so serious about that myself and Sean took Friday off the day after of work to do this. And I found out today, Matt had so much PTO left over that he needs to use. He took all of Halloween week off. So three of us have taken Friday off to make this a reality, because that's how much we care. So,
and I'm flying in from Texas to play.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. I guess we can get you on your own Jenga tower.
Yeah, and now it's like going to be a nice enough weather where you could wear the leather jacket.
Yeah, and it won't be weird.
Where it was like 85 degrees. We'd come up to the airport. Like, which one's Scaarr? It's probably the guy with the leather jacket.
Come down to Houston, and it will make sense immediately.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. You've made this more of a success than I could have asked for, and I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to bringing you guys more. First day jitters are out of the way, and I think we did pretty well, all things considered. So we hit all the record buttons. Everybody's good. So we will see you. You know how it goes, Sean. Same time, same place. Signing off.
Oh, I got you that one.
I almost said it.
You almost said not tonight.
Not tonight. All right, everybody. Have a good one. We will be back next time. Thank you so much. Peace.